from the faculty. In no particular order, I will start with the first that I have here on my list, in the person of Brother Gege Afolabi. But just before he steps up, permit me to quickly run through his profile. Can we have the ICT project his picture while I read through his profile? Thank you very much. So, the citation of Engineer Gege Afolabi Morris, MNSC, FNIEE. Engineer Gege Afolabi Morris was born on 10th March. He hails from Ujuala, Ondo State. He attended Habat Makule Primary School at Adekunle Yaba. He later proceeded to Immaculate Heart Comprehensive High School, Maryland, Ikeja, for his secondary school education. He was admitted to Edo State University but later transferred to Lagos State University, Ojo, where he obtained his BSc Mechanical Engineering and MBA Management Technology. He joined the Lagos State Public Service on the 20th March 2005 as a mechanical engineer, grade level 8, and rose within the ranks to the post of Assistant Director, Mechanical, grade level 15. He has served in various agencies such as the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure in 2005, the defunct Ministry of Rural Development from 2005 to 2015, Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs from 2015 to 2017, and presently the Lagos State Infrastructure Asset Management Agency, LASIAMA, from 2017 till date. Engineer Gege has successfully supervised various projects within the state, and with the following being the recent ones: the condition assessment of all state-owned facilities, renovation of Lagos building, LTV 8, Agidingbi Ikeja, Lagos State Radio Eko FM office building, Agidingbi Ikeja, Lagos State Public Service Office building, Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education Board building, GRA Ikeja Obas Palace, Lagos Island Centralized Payroll and Data Validation Directorate building, State Treasury Office, just to name a few. He attended several project management courses in health, safety and environment, competence, general health, safety and environment, GHSC. He's also a member of Council for Regulation for Engineering in Nigeria, COREN, Fellow of Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers, NIEE, member of Nigeria Society of Engineers, NSC, Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, and member of Oracle Certified Associate. In acknowledging his devotion, dedication, and productivity to the realization of the goals and objectives of the office, he earned a letter of endorsement and recommendation on productivity and excellence in Lagos State Infrastructure Asset Management Agency, LASIAMA, in the month of April 2023 to enable him participate in the year 2023 AIG Public Leaders Program. He recently received the Outstanding Officer of the Year award during the just concluded Lagos State Government Year 2023 Public Service Week celebration. Engineer Gege is of course a Christian and married with children. Please, with a rousing round of applause, welcome to the panel or to the table, Engineer Gege Afolabi. That's almost an intimidating CV. Please clap for him. You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us here. We're grateful to have you. Thank you so much. I have to catch my breath at some point while reading this profile. Next up is the only lady among the men, and indeed she is blessed among men. Her name is Sister Joy Ebu, from, of course, one of our very own, but from the Church of Christ in Ketu. Sister Ebu has been a HR personnel for 15 years. Can we have the ICT department project her picture, please? She has been a HR personnel for 15 years. Just a second. Joy Ebu is a vibrant human resources practitioner with experience in creating, managing and retaining teams for various organizations in different sectors of the economy. She has been in the business for over 15 years and has competence in helping companies achieve their staff potential. A master's degree holder in employment and labor studies, advanced diploma in human resources management, both from the prestigious University of Lagos, and a BSc in economics from the University of Uyo, a recipient of various awards in sports and academic performance. When she is not leading teams, she loves to cook, read, and watch movies. Sister Joy Ebo is of course married with 3 beautiful and wonderful children, 2 boys and a girl. Please, with a rousing round of applause, kindly welcome. Please clap for her now. She's our only lady. Clap for her like the only lady that she is. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. We're happy to have you. Finally, but of course not the least by any means, is our very own, here from Church of Christ Ikeja. ICT, please project the picture of Brother Emmanuel Anuge. He's a General Manager, Engineering Services in one of the most reputable companies you have around in Lagos and indeed in Nigeria. Emmanuel holds a B Engineering Mechanical from the prestigious University of Ilorin, MSc Pipeline Engineering from the University of Newcastle, United Kingdom, a postgraduate certificate in project management from the University of Liverpool, United Kingdom, and presently he's completing a PhD from the University of Benin. He has over 16 plus years of industry experience and is responsible for the day-to-day running of engineering business activities for his organization. His responsibilities generally include overseeing daily business operations, business development, revenue generation, financial management, resource management, project delivery, planning and strategy and performance management. He is of course married and has been blessed with children. Please make welcome our very own Brother Emmanuel Anuge. You're welcome, sir. Please clap. It's not easy to get masters from the University of Liverpool. Thank you so much. You're welcome, sir. Once again, let us clap for all of them. Let us clap for all of them. These people have left their very busy schedules, abandoned their work, left everything that is of utmost importance to them, just to come here to impact on us. And so they indeed deserve to be applauded even beyond that. Please, once again, a round of applause. Thank you very much. Now, of course, you listen to the profile of these people and you can only but imagine the level of experience they have, right? And so that tells you that we will be getting to hear a lot from them. And so it is important for you here as well as our viewers joining us from all over the world to pay keen attention to the answers they will be preferring to the questions that we put across to them. Of course, as we progress, the audience will be given opportunities to ask them questions. We'll probably take 1 or 2 questions from our online audience as we progress. And so, we'll kickstart with our first question going to the lady amongst the men, Sister Joy Ebo. The first question we have for you here, of course, captures the fact of your experience, a very vast experience of 15 years as an HR professional. Of course, what this means, as we perceive, is that you have a wide array of experience. And so our first question to you is, typically, you would expect, when you hear the word career, the first thing that comes to the mind of a regular person is probably a white-collar job or something of the sort. And so, in order for us to kickstart this conversation on the right platform, could you please let us know what is career? Does it only include just white collar jobs, jobs of people sitting in offices under the ACs 9 to 5, tucked in with their ties, dressing corporate and all of that? Or what does it truly entail? So that our audience here gets to understand the foundation upon which we shall be having the conversations. Yes, you can use any of the microphone.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, basically, most people believe that when you're talking about career, it has to do with white collar job, like you said, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But over the years, that has changed. One might want to ask, what is a career? And we have various answers that might come from that. Let me give you some definitions. Career, an occupation undertaken by a person. It could be through the phase of life, it could be throughout your lifetime. Over the years, we've come to understand that career does not necessarily have to do with white collar jobs. Remember in those days when we were growing up, in schools, you'll be asked questions like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you'll see the most interesting professions out there. I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a lawyer, and nobody wants to hear you want to be a musician. Nobody wants to hear I want to be a cook. Nobody wants to hear I want to be a writer. They think you're not serious in school. They say, no mind that, those are people. You don't see it, I will go on there. But when you mention the likes of lawyer, engineers, then hey, that girl, that boy, some people. But recently, even most recently, chef is that has changed all that. Everybody now wants to be a chef. So when you talk about career, it doesn't really mean a white collar job. A baker has a career. A nanny is a career. You have various types of career. So it's not only the white collar job.
Thank you so much for giving us perspective regarding this conversation. And that leads me to my next question to Bro Anugi. Now, of course, we have a foundation as to what career means. But then again, we have heard somebody in the HR business give us her perspective. We want you to perhaps, she may not have covered the field, and relying on your own perspective from your background, to give us a bit of extension, if possible, on what career basically means, what it implies, how it extends beyond the common understanding of what it means.
All right, so let me start by saying good afternoon to everyone. I'm saying that we thank the Lord Almighty for the opportunity that has given us to be gathered here this afternoon. And I also want to follow up on that by saying congratulations to everyone who has taken time to be present here this afternoon. It establishes a fundamental fact about you as a person. It was clearly spelled out that today will be a day for career exploration and then the challenges associated with career. And what we see is that we have a very scanty hall, right? Was this place fuller than this yesterday?
About the same.
It was about the same. Okay, so the fact that you took time to be present here to listen to what we have to say is a testament to your dedication and your commitment towards achieving career goals in the first place. So I'd like to say a round of applause for yourselves. A round of applause for yourselves. So to then move on, our sister here has about said it all. it's an establishment of a path to realizing your life objectives. I would like to rephrase it that way. Establishing a path to realizing your life objectives. So she has mentioned earlier that in realizing your life objectives, you don't have to be an engineer only. That there are various activities that you can embark upon for you to realize that life goal, that life objective that you have set for yourself. So she has talked about catering, she's talked about being a musician. Well, I hope you're a gospel musician in the process. Right? And tailoring and all whatnot. All these are parts that you can establish yourself in, dedicate yourself, your time, your resources, so that in the desired goal that you want to achieve at the end of the day, you can do so. That's just a bit of what I'm about.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Bro Emmanuel. And now I will have to move to our engineer in the house, Bro Gege. Of course, when we read his citation, we discovered a lot about his person, implying therefore that he grew from the ranks, right? He grew from the very scratch to get to the level he is in now, meaning that he can speak reliably, and so well on matters as it affects career prospects in the public service sector. One of the reasons we got him on this panel is because the other two panelists are people who have their career in the private sector, but because he has grown through the ranks in the public civil service, we thought to bring him here to share his perspective. And so my question now to you, sir, is there's a whole lot of talk about the public service sector. And so we would like you to give us insights on what the career prospects are in the public civil service. What are the career prospects? What can someone, especially a young person, who is about probably making a decision about whether to delve into the government sector, that is the public civil service, or the private sector? Of course, many young people would rather prefer the private sector, at least by my own study, based on what I've observed. But then, can you enlighten this house on the prospects for a young person in the public civil service?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Since we are talking about career in general, before I delve into public or private, first thing you do as somebody looking for a career in life is for you to first of all have a self-assessment. By assessing yourself, you will know what you want. You will know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know your academic qualification. The assessment has to come from you first before you know whether you want to go to public or private, whether public is good for you or whether private is good for you. Career in public right now is a bit difficult because it has to come through advertisements. And most often time, government places embargo on it. So it is easier for you to get a career in private than the public. I think I will go off the mic if you don't mind.
Because one of those things, to get a career right now in the public, it has to be through political means. Godfatherism, you understand? You have to have that link to go in, because right now there are embargoes on employment. That does not mean you don't employ every day. When you go there, you see people are being employed every day.
But we have a portal. In Lagos, there's a job portal where you can go to. But whether there is a job for you, that is what I cannot say right now. But talking generally, it's a good place to be. And I said it that one thing you do is just, first of all, assess yourself whether you want to work in the public or the private. Public, sometimes they say it gives you time, gives you
time to do some other things. While in private, when you are spending 10 hours, 10 hours, you know, but in public, some time it might not be there. It might not be like that because I can tell you, for we have worked for over 10 years. The particular ministry I worked for over 7 to 10 years. You know, I work Monday to Sunday. So at times you wonder whether I'm working in private. Most of the time, people will tell me, "You work on Sunday?" I say, "Yes, I work on Sundays." So it depends on the ministry that you have. So that's what I can say.
Thank you so much. Can we give them a round of applause again, please? And of course, but again, you hold your thoughts. I will still come back to not yet, but you hold your thoughts. I'll still come back to the issue of Godfatherism because I know you mentioned it in the passing. But don't worry, I'm not going to put you on the spot. I'm still going to come back to that. That's one of my questions, and I'm happy you have already laid a foundation in that regard. But Branuge, I want you to speak to us. Sometimes we find that in the course of our journeys, particularly for those of us who are already in a career path, right? We find that in the course of our journeys along our career path, there could be a decline in the momentum of one's career path. And by that I mean, sometimes it could just be as a matter of the boring repetition of same or similar activities over the course of years, and so you find out that somebody who probably started off with so much enthusiasm, with so much passion for a job, because basically the person is doing one and the same thing over and over again, or probably because of the stress levels. I mean, this is Lagos. We undergo a lot of stress, and probably the person isn't getting enough in terms of rewards, financial reward for the sort of effort he or she puts in. For such a person, what are your suggestions on how to deal with such situations? Basically, how can someone who is experiencing a decline, some sort of decline generally in their enthusiasm about their career path, you know, the sort of steps the person needs to take in reviving the passion that he or she once had?
All right. Thank you very much. I dare say that 99% of people that either in contracting or they are employed have a moment in their lives where they don't feel so satisfied and feel excessively stressed because of the activities that they have to embark upon. I dare say that to make money is not
easy.
It's not a joke. You have to go over and beyond to achieve different levels in life. Now, let me come back to the question. I think the fundamental thing that drives a successful career and to be able to overcome challenges is knowing to a high degree of certainty what you want to achieve in life. Let me start by that. And knowing can be in the head. Knowing can be knowing in the head and then writing it down in terms of goals. Right? I'm taking this time to explain now, so that you can have life goals. And when you have life goals, what it does is that it drives your path going forward, because there are things that you have said that you want to achieve. So if you are serious about what, so for instance, I say I want to be, like for my own career, I use myself as an example now. When I started my career in Uri, I said I wanted to be an engineering manager. That was the highest ranking technical position as far as engineering is concerned in consultancy. You know, and then I was a trader, right? But I had that position in my sight even from the very first few weeks I started. So anytime I go to work, I feel going through enormous traffic, office politics, right? Very poor pay for a lot of work, especially for those people that work in the private sector. The fact that I had in mind that one day, Branuge will be engineering manager of an oil and gas company kept me going. So if you don't have any destination that you have in focus, you can easily drop off the road. So the first step to take is establish a set of long-term life goals. What do I want to become? Then it becomes a driver for you. It becomes something that you look to and say, okay, you know what, this person, they are pressing for office or traffic, but I want to be so person in life. Which one is better? So it gives you enough courage to overcome it and then continue to move forward. But trust me, money doesn't come easy, growth doesn't come easy, it takes a lot from you. And your end game is what helps you to overcome these challenges.
Oh yes, you did. You did, but following that, I will put up a follow-up question to you. And that is a question that comes from a place of knowing you. Maybe not from you directly, but from people who are pretty much close to you as family, and I have, as a result of my personal conversations with them, have told me a thing or two about your journey through life. I understand it was not all bed of roses for you, especially after having lost a father at a very young age. And so my question to you is, of course, you've talked about resilience. You've talked about how to allow your goal, the bigger picture, drive your passion, especially when you feel like you are being beaten down by the troubles around your workplace and all of that. Talk to us from your heart and to the people here. How or what role does resilience play? Of course, we read your citation. We discovered that after you finished from Nigeria, you had to go outside to the UK and bagged two very prestigious or two certifications from two very prestigious universities in the United Kingdom. For someone who had gone through such challenges to now get to such level, and of course we see you here today, we see all you do and all you become. Talk to the young persons here on what role resilience has to play, especially at a time when it doesn't seem like young people have the tenacity, they don't have that patience to want to go through, quote and unquote, a lot. Yeah. So talk to us.
Okay. Okay. So from a very young age as a person, I have set my sights first of all on the fact that I wanted to be an engineer. Again, I say what drives you. And let me also first of all mention that I had a very good family support system. So it helped me. I didn't have it dad, but I had it mom. You know, when we're growing up, it's not the children that we see nowadays. If my mom says, go and read a book, you don't read, and she comes back and says that you're not reading, you will do peeping, right? You know, peeping, you put your hand on the ground, go like this, and you put your book in front of you. Right?
Sorry.
And you'll be reading it while doing peeping. And she used to say that when she says, go and read, you come back in 30 minutes and you say, I have finished reading. The woman almost wants to go back, like you have finished reading. You know, so I can say that I had a very good support system while growing up from so that my brother as well. I also had apart from that was very integral to my upbringing. I had friends inside the church that were very studious people, and I also made friends with people that had similar life goals, right, as myself. When we were growing up, I had an uncle who was a chemical engineer and worked in NNPC. For those that came to my house during my program, you will see the man that was the man.
Oh yes,
right?
yeah.
And I liked the fact that anytime the guy came to the village to see us, he was always the smartest man in the room. And I liked the feeling. He was always the smartest man in the room. And anytime he comes home, he always shares money to everybody. And I like the fact that he was well to do. So from a very young age, I told myself I was going to be like him. So what did he read? He read engineering. And I said, okay, I was going to read engineering too, even from first grade. And then I had a lot of friends that were pursuing similar life goals, like similar objectives. Now, in that same period, I had people that were, as an SS1, were already smoking weed. They were already drunkards. They were already doing all sorts. They were in category of those people that I had around me that influenced who I would become. I also have people who were more studious people as my classmates as well. It was a decision for me to choose which I wanted to be. So I'm like, first of all, I went to people who were more studious people. So it has kind of helped me in my progression going forward. So I dare say that the situation that one finds himself, whether you lose a parent, whether you lose a dad or you lose a mom, it can't define who you are, right? So some of us create a pity party for ourselves. Oh, my dad died, so I lie down and then I become nothing. If you become nothing, then at the end of the day, what has it said? Nothing, right? So you have to have a focus in life. I know people who were in uni, their parents couldn't send them money, and they were doing barber, hair salon, right, to be able to pay their fees so that they can go to school because they realized that it was important, right? So there's really no excuse. Yes, life can deal you in an unfortunate circumstance, but there's really no excuse for you to grow up and become robot. It's not right. So I hope I'm speaking to
oh yes.
So
oh yes, you are.
It's important that you have a focus in life. What do you want to become? What do you want to become? It's something that I want us to take back in our own private journey. So if I ask anybody here now, how many of us here have written life goals? What you want to become in the next 10 years? If you have, please just show by a lot of hand. Okay, you see, half of the hall, or less than half, right? How many of us here believe that you can be the managing director of a $1 billion or $1 trillion company in Nigeria as part of your life goals? You've written it down. By a show of hands. So that's usually where the problem starts from. What we believe that we can achieve as people is called the theory of self-concept. What do you think you can become? So for me, that has worked for me. I have always noted down what I want to become in life, right? So challenges have been there, but the fact that I had a foresight of what I wanted to be, there was nothing that really would put me back. I did my first degree in mechanical engineering, and guess what? I almost stayed in top class. I'm telling you, but I told myself, this is not me. How can I be getting 2.6 something at CGPA? And I said, you know what, I think the Nigerian education system is bad for me. And I said I wanted to go abroad. And I did, my other brothers. And I did. It wasn't rosy, but because of that, they saw the enthusiasm and all that I was putting in to make sure that everybody supported me. And I came back a different person. So I close by saying, you have to at least recognize what you want to become in life. And know that the only thing that is stopping you from achieving your life goals is you. And if you can overcome that, then the sky is the limit. Thank you.
Please a round of applause. That was inspiring. So inspiring. I am inspired. Are you inspired? Are you inspired? Thank you so much, Brother Emmanuel. Now we'll head to Sister Joy Ebu. 15 years, it's not 15 days. 15 years of HR experience. That is no child's play. And of course, I'm sure in the course of 15 years, you've met a lot of people. Have applied for jobs in the various organizations you've worked with and in. And I'm sure you've been able to deduce some sort of positives in terms of what people would regularly do for them to, be able to leverage, or rather be able to have some sort of advantage. I'm also sure that over the course of that time, you've witnessed certain consistencies in terms of what people do not do, deficiencies of young people, especially when they are applying for jobs, about starting a career path and things like that. So my next question to you is, what would you say are the major deficiencies of young persons seeking for employment opportunities? And following that, how do you think young persons can do better in upscaling their marketability, or rather in addressing these deficiencies? Thank you.
Okay, I want to add to what he says, because in pursuing our careers, in pursuing our dreams, our goals, most people often give up. I want to share a story. I had a 2-1 in economics from the University of Europe, and I finished and I started my job. I got employed. I started with an NGO. I was the front desk. From the front desk, I moved to a consulting firm. While at the consulting firm, I never had any career plan. I just finished 2-1 and I started. All I wanted was a job. And I always wanted to work in a bank. So I got plenty of suits and I never got any banking job. I was like, So they said, well, come and start with the consulting firm, and I went in there and I started. And I went to one of the days I was interested in making money. Some people have career, some people have jobs. Job, I had a job then. My job was to make money, support my younger ones. And so I was in that gathering. I want to present my chairman. And somebody asked me, there was an HR forum. And somebody asked me, what do you do? I said, I work in a consulting firm. I was busy selling some books to make money for the next transportation. And they said, so what do you plan to do? I said, I don't know. I said, have you ever thought of a career in HR? HR. Yes, you work in a consulting firm. HR. And I said, okay, I never thought of that, but if you be my mentor, I will be glad to go that path. That was how I started my HR career. So, like he said, don't give up. Have a mentor. Because I just finished school and I wanted to work in the bank. I didn't get the bank. I went to the consulting firm. But with a mentor, someone to guide me, I was able to end up an HR personnel. Now, over my years as an HR, when there are vacancies, I put it up. Social medias, social groups, I want so AP persons. Apply. Years of experience is stated. Requirements, everything. And some people apply. It's sorted out, the CVs are sorted out, and you are invited for interview. If it's an entry at the point of entry, you do a test, aptitude test. Now, how do you prepare for your aptitude test? Most people do it online, most people do it physically. You find out some people are not even prepared. If you call for an aptitude test, you just go in there without preparation, and you end up failing. You see companies like multinationals, they start with aptitude test because that's the point of entry. Then for the experienced ones, you are called in for a face-to-face interview. How do you dress? Nowadays, it's so surprising. I remember my first interview that I went for. It was a sales job. I was just looking for any job so that my sister could go to school. And we were called in for a sales job to go and be selling Euro in Redeem Camp. And I went with all the suits I bought. I wore it, I got there, we went into the place, and everyone was just looking at me. I think this one will find here for this kind of job. You know, I put on my suit, I made my hair, everything, my bag. And sales job, I went up and I didn't come with the go. Do you know what happened? I was made the manager. I was made for a sales job. I was made the supervisor to supervise everybody that was there. Why? Because of the way I had dressed. Now, if people going into the interview with jeans, I've seen somebody come for interview with torn jeans. You know that jeans? That one that is torn. With some pass. Impression. First impression matters. Now, when you get there, you will be assessed at the security point. Some people don't allow you enter because of the way you've been lucky for you to have been invited for an interview. That means you have passed the first stage of the interview. So you should be prepared. Dress properly. Sometimes you say, dress the way you want to be addressed. Now, what else do you want to do? I remember also my first interview at Zenith Bank. After the test, I finished the whole of the GMAT and I went in and passed the test. The second stage of the interview, I was to meet with the panel. Usually for an interview, after your aptitude test, you meet with some panels of interviewers. And I had gone to cram. And my name is Johnny Mugasi. And I got there. I opened the door.
When did we start?
And I saw 10 persons on the panel. And I was lost.
Sorry.
Then my name was Joy Francis. So English name.
It can't be
So when I got in,
no, this is
they mentioned my name, Joy Francis. You must be from America. You must be an American. Why? Because they saw the tension on my face and they were trying to relax me. And I was like, you know,
1 hour.
no, sit down. And I sat down.
The 4 o'clock is
Tell us about yourself. That's usually the first question. Tell us about yourself. And before I crammed, I sat down and I said, this was somebody with a 2-1, right? My name is Joy Francis. My name is Joy Francis, and I love sports. I was really interested. And I lost out. Now, why? The tension. Be relaxed. I know it's not easy. You can practice and practice and practice, and you still go there, and you fuck up. You see some people, I did well. I don't do anything. No. So you relax. You are calling. You are asked to go through some processes. Do it well. You see some people write your name. You won't write your name properly. The numbers are not complete. Even on your CVs, numbers are not complete. You see some people coming in. Go with an extra CV. You should not come to an interview and no CVs. Did you come with a CV? No. I didn't come with I didn't know I was coming with my CV. Be prepared. Remember that Boy Scout photo. Be prepared always. Even if you have submitted your CV, go with an extra one. And then the registration process, make sure it's checked properly. And then you go in. You find out some people just go in and sit down. Nobody has asked you to sit down, right? Wait until you are asked to sit down. Now, how do you also put up your CVs matters? Now, we don't have any excuses. We have the internet.
Yeah.
We have Google. So in those days, we used to go to the library and carry big books. Now with your phone, you can see a format of your CVs. You don't need your house address for security reasons. Just get to female must be there, your gender. You see some people don't even put. Some people don't put age. It has an advantage, it has disadvantage. Now, for those of us coming out of school newly, there has to be an age. For an experienced person trying to get a job, down the age. Because a lot of people are looking at the age now, although there's a new law that we no longer look at the age. But I tell you, private sector still do. Because they look at a certain age and they want a certain criteria. So make your CV well out, because that's the point that you're selling it out. So people don't do that. You see them poorly written CVs. They just look at, is this person a graduate? Now you see some people start the way your CV is being put. Most recent job, subsequent one follows, and then your qualifications. Recent one, subsequent one follows. Take note of all those, they matter. Because you send out, so people have a software. So companies have software, when you send out your CV, it's thrown out. So you're not even giving an opportunity for your CV to get to there. So you need to do your CVs properly so that when you apply for a job, you get an opportunity to get invited for interviews. Then you're going for interview, dress well, speak well. You get to an interview and you ask to sit down, you see some people sit like this. I see somebody lost job because just came and sat like this. You sit properly. Be confident. Stare at the person's eyes. You're talking, you need to be giving this job to. There are a whole lot of people out there. So why should I take you among the several people I am also looking for that job? So with this, when you have all those at the back of your hand, you will be able to sail through interviews and be successful.
Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause. A round of applause. That was quite enlightening, right? But Brother, I will come to you very shortly. Please hold your thoughts on the last comment I made to you. But Sister Joy, a very important question. We have people here who are not yet graduates. Some of them are probably still within secondary school or have only just left secondary school. Of course, part of the reasons why we thought to put up this session is not just to cater for people who are currently looking for jobs, but for people who are about making a career choice. Typically, in our Nigerian homes, especially while growing up, you would hear parents say things like, okay, that one because he carry screwdriver and a mechanical engineer in the. That one because he argue too much, he has to be a lawyer, and all of these kind of things. Should those be the indices? What should young persons, especially secondary school leavers, who are just about making a career or rather a choice about what they would study? Because these days what we find out is JAMB is what determines what people study. We no longer have a situation where people get to study what they want, particularly this kind of people that have already prepared, like you talked about, and that Bro Emmanuel had earlier talked about. So how do people, let us take out the JAMB factor, how do people get to ascertain their strengths in terms of making a choice as to what they will study that would eventually lead them into making a decision as to the career they would be in? Because it all boils down from the foundation of what they would study. So that's the next question to you.
Okay. Like I started earlier, like you said, you'll be an engineer, you'll be a doctor, you'll be this. From, we have the GSS 1 to GSS 3, and then you do a junior way. You have the SS1 to SS3. From the SS1, you're able to choose either the science class, the art class, the social science class. That's where the foundation starts. So you should be able to, don't let anybody say, you must do that. Know your strengths. From your course, you should be able to know what you are good at, what you have a passion for, and then choose the subjects. If you're good, you go into the sciences. For those people that like calculations and everything. For those that run away from mathematics, you have the social sciences and the arts. And then you pick up subjects like English, mathematics, economics, physics or the sciences, chemistry, biology, then literature, government, civil. There are other courses that are coming and computer studies that guide each and every one to making a choice. Now, after your secondary school, that's the SS3, you write JAMB, where you choose two courses. I took banking and finance, and I took computer science. Remember I said I always wanted to work in the bank. I took computer science. I didn't get any of those because of JAMB. But because of your subject combination, you always have an alternative. You always see an alternative. If you can't get what you want, there's always an alternative. I didn't get computer science, I didn't get banking and finance, but I got economics. So I went in for it, and then you develop from there. So whatever, you should start from the SS classes from where you pick your subject combinations, and then also have alternative shooting cases, jam or university jam. You can always have choices.
Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, yes. Two of the panelists wants to comment on this, and we'll start with Brogege.
Yeah, like I said the other time too, the self-assessment is there. In schools, you have people that are counseling and guidance, right?
Yes.
That you can easily go to. Apart from that, you can make use of the internet. You have some assessment tools on the internet that can evaluate you. You know, they are like psychological
Evaluation.
that do evaluation for you. You can make use of that too while searching for your career path. Those are tools that you can use, human, the ones in school and computer too. Let us try to make use of those tools.
All right, let's hear Bro Emmanuel's thoughts on this question. Very quickly, sir.
Okay, so I just wanted to you mentioned deficiencies in young people's seeking opportunities. So I have wanted to let it pass, but let me share my own experience. I know as Sandra has mentioned CV and me. CV,
I will make that comment. Just be on the lookout.
So I'm sure I go to my drawing office. I will have some CVs on that there. I have never called. You know why? Somebody says he's a graduate, right? He's coming to offer service to your organization, right? Is coming to offer service to you, meaning the person has competencies that they want to offer to you. That's why you are going to seek for a job and you are going to offer a service from your profession, right? Then the person brings his CV. He writes, I was going to come with one and he's keeping. He writes his name, he writes his phone number, and he now says summary of skills and competence is number one. Honest, number two. Effective communicator, number three. Able to work in teams, number four, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. He doesn't say what he's able to do. And then he writes 2 references, put his university lecturers as his references, and then other skills. He's able to play football and counseling. Everybody counseling in other things. The question now is this: I run an establishment that you are honest, that you are able to work in a team, that you are an effective communicator. What does it do for my establishment? Why should I call you? You haven't said anything. And that's the number one problem I am seeing with CVs. People don't talk. If your CV is the first explanation of introduction of who you are, and you introduce yourself to somebody who is not there. So what do I see as a communicator? 1 million people are. What does it do for me? So what are those skills that you have? For instance, you can use Microsoft Project, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint presentations. Can't you do that? Yes. So right now, that's a skill. And you can use your Microsoft Office packages properly. You can do graphics design properly. I sent you a picture of the CV. I'd like you to share your phone with some people. If you don't mind. Sure, I sent you something about it.
Okay.
Secondly, the challenges that youths face. You have, Nigeria. So one of the things I keep telling people is, don't ever use Nigeria to compare to other places.
Keep me on the lookout because
You will only serve for the rest of your life. So for instance, you say, the other parts of the world, there's always power, and there's no power in this country. Yeah, the reality is that there's no power in this country, but there is solar and there is a man. Do you understand? My point is now our society is unique. Now, when I was in England, you can go to oil and gas job search, and you see real life opportunities. Jobs of AC.UK, you see real life opportunities. The career something real life. But Nigeria, if you go to Nigeria hot jobs, most of them are fake jobs. Some of them are not even existing. So if you are looking for a job online in this country, it's going to take you a while to get. How do you get jobs in this country? It's through network. My fellow colleagues was trying to mention, he said, influence, right? It's through network. Now, who do you know correctly? And who can you know? And how will you know those people that you should know? That is what we now need to work on. I forwarded something to Nathan.
They will display.
They will display.
That guy is looking for a job. You know what he did? He went to create a profile of himself. Well, his name is there, I'm sure you don't know him. He went to create a profile, you know, company profile, like a broker, like all those wedding book, all those wedding ceremony, you know that program. He created a profile of himself, like, with colors and everything. And you know what he did? He was selling in church. And he was telling everybody in church, giving them his profile. It is people that were saying, calling everybody that they knew how companies are. Have you know that young man? He's the one that carries out the disabled lady to church all the time. He's a graduate, he needs a job, or I don't know what the company, can you help me? People are the ones going around. That's how we got this person seed. Now, it's about to go to job because he doesn't even know it. Did he apply online? No. But he has presented himself in a good light. Another example, some students graduate, they have bodies, the professional bodies, the Nigerian Institute of Clinical Engineers, the Lawyer Society, the Accountant Society. People graduate and have absolutely nothing to do with their societal bodies. And you don't have a rich uncle, you don't have an influential parents. Where do you go in that go in your sector? This is not the professional bodies. So I went somewhere in December to go and pick up my word on behalf of my boss. And I saw a young man, active everywhere, and collected his money. The next thing, sent a CV. It so happened that we were looking for somebody that has the kind of confidence that he has. Who do you think that we will call first? Him. So how would you have met me if he was not in the Nigerian sector of chemical engineers annual conference and an active member? So my point is this: you have to grow your network. Your network starts from the people that know you and trust you. That is in church. Your behavior then has to now matter. If you are the one that they don't come to church, you come to church once in 3 months, or you come and fighting in church, who do you think is going to refer you to anybody for a job? Nobody. But at least start by exploring the people around you to get help. Your friends, your societies, and all that. So that's, I just thought to show that.
Please, a round of applause. A round of applause. Those who know God, Emmanuel Abuge knows he's a critical person, yeah? Am I correct? Why when they do like so no? Am I correct? Okay, I remember now, most of you do not attend business meetings. That is where you see the critical aspect of Emmanuel. Very cerebral, very critical, very intelligent. Once again, a round of applause for them. We will give room for each and every one of you, or rather for the audience, to ask questions. We encourage our online community, those joining online, to send their questions. We could take maybe 1 or 2 questions from there. Quickly send in your questions. And just before we engage the audience, Brogege, we want to speak to you, or we want you to speak to us rather. I know you personally, and this is by no means trying to, I mean, when somebody is worth it, you have to give credit to the person, right? We've been here in Church of Christ Ikeja, and severally we've been in, say for example, a Wednesday Bible class, and Brogege comes up, gives a prayer request of thanksgiving, saying he was just recognized by his office, they've presented an award to him. That has happened twice to my hearing. Of course, what this establishes is that he has stayed outstanding and highly productive, even while in the civil service. Most of us will agree that there's a common narrative about our civil service. Whether it is right or wrong, that is not for us to talk about now. But there's this common narrative that the civil service is a place for people who want to be lazy. In fact, there is this idea, sometimes when people discuss, they would maybe want to represent what they see when they go to the civil service. And so you hear somebody say, I went there, they were just sitting, they didn't even do like somebody was before them, they were eating groundnut was just littered about. That just gives you an idea about what our public civil service, both at the state and at the federal level, represents. Whether that is correct or not, we will not have that question or that debate today. But now you have, by your profile, and for those of us who know you personally, proved that that assertion is not correct, at least from our analysis of your person. Now tell us, sir, speak to us. Give us a brief history of your journey on how you started off from the scratch. I know you also told us some time ago, not too long ago, of how when you started, your boss at some point was trying to undo you, employed you, promoted you today, and by the evening of that same day, he fired you and then asked you to reapply again. Such a funny story, right? Now you have witnessed and gone through a lot, yet you still stood the test of time, rose from the ranks, and you are where you are today to the glory of God. So speak to us. How did you rise from that scratch and got to where you are today, undermined the narrative about the public civil service, and showed your worth such that you are where you are today? Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of work, a lot of determination. It starts from your mindset. You can have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. So if you have a fixed mindset, you think that civil service is for lazy people. You can go there and go to work 10 o'clock and leave 2 o'clock. You have all set of people like that comes like that. But you also have this other mindset that you have to be at your desk by 8 o'clock and leave whenever there is no other job again. So it depends on you. That's why I said the other time, you must first of all, assess yourself what you want in life. Like Brahman said, he from concept wanted to be an engineer, wanted to be the highest, wanted to get to the highest position. So it starts from you. What do you want? And again, like I said, the story I told you about, when I was in private job, I got promoted on a particular day. The following day, I was sacked. I wasn't the only one sacked. The whole squad was sacked for no reason. The man just wanted to sack his cousin that was in the job, but in order to not show that it was after I had to sack everybody. So he told us to reapply in 2 weeks' time. Of course, I felt offended that what kind of job is this that does not have security? Why would I be promoted this day? Promoted me with a jeep. He gave me a jeep and all that. And why would I want to continue this setup? I said, no, I'm not going to go back to that. I didn't have any other job. But his 2 weeks came because of the meeting. I told him, and he said he was surprised that out of everybody that he just promoted me, out of everybody that he felt that I was the one that should even reapply. I said, sir, with all due respect, I don't think I can reapply because I don't see any future in this kind of job. And that is one of those things you should have in mind when you look for a job. You must always seek the future of that job. Money aside. So I didn't go back. They called me later, offered me a contract job. I refused. But because of this, my story, somebody that knew me had the story, and the man told me I was at the wedding the following day, and he knew the story. I told him, don't worry yourself, you'll get another job. Come to my office on Monday. That was how I started working with him in Alausa. And that was how I got a job in Alausa. And when I got that job, he told me that it is very high up there. And he told me that, where do you want to work? He said, I have Ministry of Work, I have Ministry of Rural Development. He said, it depends on you. Do you want money or do you want experience? That was the first question they asked me. I said, sir, if you were in my position, what would you choose? Of course, I want money, but I also want experience. He said, I think you should go for experience because that experience will get you the money. I said, okay, I think I'll go for the experience, sir. So posted him to Ministry of Rural Development. And Ministry of Rural Development, there was no money, I can tell you, but there was lots of experience. That's why I work Monday to Sunday. Lots of experience. The boss I was working with was, I can't say it's wicked because not a lot for me. It was very strict. He would tell you if you comes to your project and supervisor comes to examine you, the thing you will not, a normal human being will not see, is going to detect it and tell you that look at that AC, it's not straight. And all of us been running and be checking the AC seems straight to us, and you measure it and you will find out that the AC is actually not straight. So for me, I was able to learn a lot from him, a lot that you do not compromise quality. You do not run after money because in public sector, contractors will come. You are supervising a 100 million project. Your take home is about 100,000. The man is ready to offer you money. You understand what I'm saying? To overlook some things. But because I work under somebody that, you know, tutored us, mentored us, to tell you that this man will only offer you peanuts. And at the end of the day, you will regret it because people that are going to use that project at the end of the day will either rain costs on you or rain blessings on you. So I was able to let us see that, look, it's either you go for that blessings rather than, you know, going for the other one. So I was blessed to be under that such a man that, you know, when I now came to leadership position, those kind of the kind of training I got for him is now part of who I am today, and it is this same training that got me some of these awards that say, because I don't compromise quality. I don't go for money instead of doing the right thing. And you know, there are people that can, you know, I know that can testify to when contractors that, and I tell you today that if you do that, contractors will now be your friend. A contractor, when one of the projects I supervised, when the guy comes around and says, I don't want to talk to you, you find a way of telling me to do this thing. You understand? Rather than telling me that you just bring money and not do it. You know, because I know that you will at the end of the day come back to you. And I can give you one instance that there's a particular man that was asked to supply a particular brand of generator. I told you that there's this one that I can bring from abroad. That we do this way. I told you that, look, Mr. Man, let us supply this one in the bill. You know what? When we supply this one in the bill, if anything happens tomorrow, you'll be in your house sleeping. And when they call you, you will tell them, I've supplied the number. I go to the company, it has warranty. Do you know, in the course of that project, the generator, the particular one that he brought broke down. And they called us. Well, of course, we supplied the normal one. It was not bothered. Because the company came, they came and replaced it. And he called me back immediately. That, my guy, you are a good guy, you know. And you know, till now, if I call you once, you will pick twice, you understand? And if somebody very close to the people up there to tell you that no matter how evil influential that person is, there's a way you can go around, you know, have your job and do it the right way. Thank you.
Well, a round of applause. So, I believe I want the man wants to add a comment.
Okay. Now, I want to talk about appraisal. Appraisal. He was able to get up there because, you know, most people when they get to their workplaces, they feel nobody is looking. Your resumption time is 8 o'clock. In most companies, you're given a grace period of 8:15, 8:30. You come late and you start telling stories. Then hold on. Everybody knows in Lagos there's hold on. They're watching. They're looking at the time when he's being appraised. They're looking at his work. They're looking at how disciplined he is. At the end of the day, he's appraised and he gets those awards that he has gotten. So don't just feel that it's public sector now. If you go to the public sector, it still happens. You go there, you see some people, they've not even got into their workplaces. But somebody is out there taking note of everything that is happening, and at the end of the day, you get your reward. And then you see some people, like someone will come to work, okay, my job is to carry this plate. That's what I do every morning. I carry the plate. And you're being called upon. Oh, okay, can you quickly run downstairs and get me this bottle of water? It's not my job. Oh. You're canceling yourself out. So try as much as possible to be disciplined, because there's always appraisal. The HR is always looking. There are indicators. ISIS, yeah, that's what we do. We look at everybody. Most organizations, if the HR calls you, my friend, you'll be shaking. Hey, listen and do. If you have not done anything, you walk boldly to the HR office. It's only when you are built that you start shaking. So apparatus matters in organization. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. God. Thank you so much. We have a question from here. But in fact, we've not exhausted our questions, but time is not our friend. As always, when you're having such sweet and interesting conversations as this, the time is running so fast, so very fast. But then, we will make do with what we have. And because we cannot wrap up this session without engaging our audience, we'd like to know, are there questions? Wow. And I won't finish them with questions. Anyway, we'll go straight into questions in order to ensure gender balance. We will take the questions in the manner of please, in asking your questions straight to the point, because we are far behind schedule. Most of you didn't come in time, so we have to give like 30 minutes to wait so that people come for us to start. Now we are now running short or running behind schedule. So we are trying to now beat time. Please ask your questions straight to the point. And of course, our panelists, of course, knowing that the time is short, will ensure to give straight answers. You can direct your question to a particular panelist, or you can say any of them can answer, and then I will appoint any of them to answer. So let's start with Izuchukwu Gotti.
Alright, good evening, yes, I first go to the
because during the
Sister John.
yes, during the course of discussion, she talked about something that, you know, sometimes when you invite people for interview, they come around with gin. Like people like us that work in an engineering environment, I usually go for interviews with gin. I go to work with gin. In fact, gin is just like my uniform. So, is there anything wrong, going for an interview with gin when you know that you are not going to work in an office or maybe in the bank? So that's my first question. Now, my second question is this. Not everybody graduated with 2-1 or first class. Nowadays, even for the 2-1 people to get job is even a problem. So what do you advise those that came out with 2-2 and third class? What advice do you have for them to maybe, to kind of, at least, so that it can be easy for them to get jobs? So thank you.
No, let's start one by one.
Okay, like I will emphasize, dressing matters. That's your first interview that you're going for.
This time, not for actually for the ones that have experience. Like for instance, if you call me for an interview, I don't know what about. I just go. I don't bother about everything because I feel I'm not doing the interest. I just want to assess my experience and that's all.
Yeah. For people, some people might say for engineering, it might be understandable. Yeah, it's understandable. But I will advise, if that is your first interview, dress properly. You can put on your jean with a jacket. You can put on your jean with a good shirt. Don't just go for it. Some people might not look at it. I've been in an organization where you're looking at graphic artists. The graphics, they are usually up there. They are not settled people. And they're coming for interview. They might overlook such places. But first impression matters. It is your first interview. You're being called for the first interview. No matter your profession, try to dress neatly. No jeans.
Sorry. From a fellow engineer.
That is what we are trying to correct in the engineering field now. Because we see that engineers think that they are laborers. A technician, if I'm hiring you as a foreman or as a field technician, you can come with jeans, come with overall if you want. If I'm hiring you as an engineer, my brother, if you are coming with a sharp, a jeans trouser that is almost like a proper trouser, and then a jacket, tucking, nice shoe. Better still, come with a suit and a tie. I'm telling you, the last current conference that they had in Abuja, that's a complaint. People are almost coming, they say the engineers are coming with overalls, even to a conference. Coming with slippers. So if somebody says that it's an engineering position, not a technologist, not a technician, that is for a graduate, my brother, wear a nice sharp native with a cap in the head, or wear a suit and a tie, or a jeans with a nice cell. The second is that she can speak outside. So if I go to market, the places I cannot enter, she will go there and speak outside and open the door for me. She has a job. What do I care about her? So have something that you can, that sets you apart. What do you have that sets you apart as a person? That's what you should focus on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll go straight to the next question, but from a female this time. I see the hand of Sister Jibade. Please, straight to the point, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to ask,
As a Christian, are there limitations to how a Christian could explore their chosen career? For example, I'll tell you, if you're a teacher and you're given condition that students must pass their exams, doesn't matter if you have to enter the exam hall, or as a stylist or as a tailor, you sew nude styles either for yourself as an advertisement or for your customers. So are there limitations for a Christian in their chosen career?
Okay. Do you want your question? Okay, just
Anybody? Okay. Let's have Bro Gege answer that question.
Yes, well, there's limitation for everyone. And like I said, it depends on you. I said, in first instance, you have to do a self-assessment. You have to know your values. You have to know what you want. The values that you have and the values that you want in a career. If the career does not fit you as a person or as your religion, you understand? Then go for something else. You understand what I'm saying? So if you are a Christian, that should come in place, because even in your career, you have to know whether the career you want to do has something to do with your well-being also. Let's say, for instance, you have health issues, then that should be into consideration the kind of career you want to go into. You understand what I'm saying? The career that you do for 7 a.m. in the morning to 12 a.m. in the night, you know it will affect your family. So those are some limitations that you have as a person, and it has to be in consideration too. So also your spiritual life. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my own view.
Okay. In your various careers, let the, like for instance, you mentioned the teacher and the fashion designer. Let your customers or your peer know who you are. If they know who you are, they won't come to you for you to show them new styles or whatever style they're looking for. Or the teachers will come and say, okay, put this mark for me, because they already know who you are, what values and standards that you have. So that's those really help too. Because I remember when I was serving in Jos, I was at the University of Jos. I was asked to teach year 1 statistics, and somebody came and said, I made maths. I've been taking these statistics for like 3 years. I want to pass. But because they already know that this one now, no go away now, it didn't get through. So once they know who you are, nobody will approach you for such, and then in the course you'll be able to maintain your Christianity.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Do we have other questions? Okay, so we'll do something, right? Because of time sake. I'm sure our panelists wouldn't mind having their phone numbers shared. Of course, our brother Gege and brother Emmanuel are with us. So that question is more to assist. Okay, so they say no problem. We'll have their phone numbers displayed or projected such that you can speak to them privately. I mean, these are people who would ordinarily not do that, but because of course they are brothers and sisters in faith, they will willingly do that. So you can get their phone numbers and speak to them. We'll take just one question from a brother and from a sister, if no sister and a brother. But we expect these questions to come more from young people, which we are not seeing just yet. Young people who are looking out for career prospects or looking at building their career, especially from a young age. These are the people we are looking out for. Let's have Bro take his question.
Thank you so much to all our panelists. So my question is also to the young people. So when you answer it, you help them answer. I've been a product of mentoring, and it's something I've benefited so much. But today, a lot of our young people don't know how to manage mentoring and relationship. So I want any of the panelists to talk more on how you can maintain a good mentoring relationship with your mentor. Okay, so you are choosing a mentor because you see some of the qualities in the person that you want to be transferred to you, for lack of a better word, right? Mostly, these mentors possess the capacities that you want to have in future that you don't currently have. So most likely they are higher than you, maybe in rank. They are probably doing better than you in society. Otherwise, why is the person your mentor, right? So it has to do with you knowing the person that you are choosing as a mentor and what the person does, and where you can meet the person to establish a relationship. Because we're in church, I then say that it is easier to from here, first of all, anybody that you see that is successful can be approached to say, oh, I like the fact that you know so, I would like you to show me a few things. I would like to pick your brain every once in a while. Now, how do you get close to people in church? Do you come after service, close, and go home? And then the day you remember that you have a problem, you call the person. You have no relationship. But if the person that you strike a conversation with respect, right? You strike a conversation with in brotherly love, strike a conversation every now and again. Then you can build the relationship to the point that you can go to visit the person in the house because he knows you more than just his name is brother so or sister so. Again, we have committees in the church. We have a lot of elderly well-to-do people in the committees. Now, can you imagine if you have a managing director of a company in the committee, or someone like Brother Afolabi in the committee, and a young man trying to learn some of the skills that Brother Afolabi has in the same committee that he works, or not peace, let me use the word not peace, to be in the same committee, and they'll be writing reports together. They will be solving problems together. Don't you think that it will be easy for that person to strike a proper relationship with Brother Afolabi because they work in the same committee? Don't you think so? So you have to put yourself in the space, in a comfortable space with your mentor, so that you can have free conversations with your mentor and be able to tap. The same thing I said about joining associations, right? That's why people join associations, so that they can be close to the people that they want to get mentorship for. That's my opinion.
Okay, that addresses the question. Do we have a sister that has a question? Okay. Yes, take the mic to her. We apologize in advance. All subsequent questions, you can meet any of the panelists that you want to ask the question and address it. The phone numbers will be displayed just before we close today. Proceed with your question, sister.
Good afternoon, Brendan. Thank you, Brendan. I'm so furious with what we have received from you. I want to ask a question. The question goes thus: a young fellow that has chosen a career, and we see that the career he or she is choosing at the long run might cause a deviation in the later run or in the future, that she may not be able to have the privilege to serve God. Let me give you an instance. My junior sister actually, she's emphasizing on becoming an actress. So, and considering the aspect of actress, at the long run, there are certain roles which she can, or she may be given to act, which can actually deviate her from becoming a good Christian. So I don't know, what do you think I can actually do to help her in choosing other careers that will be better off?
Do you want your question for any of them?
Yeah, anyone can answer. Anyone can answer.
Yeah. What I would advise that, and to everybody, is when you are choosing a career or when you are in a career already, always look for an overlap. Don't stay in one career and think, well, that's all. You can always choose another one. You can always look for a part-time job somewhere, and look for another interest at heart. You understand? So that just in case things like this happen, you understand, you can easily move to another career, or you keep learning. You understand? Don't say because I'm a doctor, then I can't do any other job. I have friends who graduated as doctors, but now today they are software engineers. You understand? They just know that they needed to change. You understand? So when things that are not in line with Christian values come to you, you can always have another option for moving away from such things in order to avoid that kind of situation. So just like and also you commit yourself unto God. After all is said and done, commit it to God. The book of Proverbs says 16:3 says, keep clapping, don't tire out, mind tire. These people left their jobs, left their family, these are high career people, left everything else to come to give us this lecture for free. And some of them live as far away as on the island, but they have come here to share their experience with us. We pray that God will continue to bless each and every one of them in Jesus' name. Amen. All we say to them, say, God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Brother. Thank you so much, brother. Please, let's continue with that just for 30 seconds only. Please. Thank you so much. I believe we learned a lot from this session. If this was with monetized, you know how much I'm going to pay just to see the right.
Let's take the
Yes. If you're supposed to pay for this event or for this session alone, you know how much you are going to pay. So we thank you so much for the sponsor or information of class or I'm sure it help us to do well with your money on taking any career in future. I also want to do that we learn something. I have personally learned something. I'm going to share 4 of the things I picked from this conversation of how we learn. Number 1 is that you need to establish long-term goals to drive you when you are going on any career, and also make friends with people with like goals, with like minds, also help you. And then another thing also is for us to be prepared. Be prepared for whatever you want to do. And lastly, seek a job that has a future. Seek a job that has a future.
There are more sweets there.
You also agree with me that resilience and perseverance are
So you can, but I can just share it. No, share out. Eh? No, share out.
That's really brilliant. So we are so happy, we are so delighted to have this session. I want to give our board our what we heard from them is also enable us to grow
How many people did you when
When I can just and out of the 60, I've given 2 people that
our sisters don't give them that sister joy.
No, you shall never give my
has just been made your what? The head of your department. It is because of the soft skill that he or she has what? Exercised. Soft skills has to do with sympathy. Soft skills have to do with empathy. We have people that I went for a swimming class somewhere at Ogba, and then my trainer was there. I was waiting for him to come and take me on my lessons, but he was attending to a particular young boy, right? Talking to the boy, telling things to the boy's ear and all that. The boy was not responding. He wasn't saying anything. I was wondering what was going on. I was asking him how far, and he was telling me wait. And then somebody else came in, another trainer. Immediately the boy should be about 13, 14, right? Immediately he saw the trainer that came in. You could see his eyes were lit up like something like my friend has come, right? And the boy that stood there all the while, whom I thought we were the same as far as swimming was concerned, because me, I'm waiting for who will come and carry me from point A to point. I thought the boy was waiting to. Immediately that guy entered the water and played with him and touched him, he started to swim. So when the man I was waiting for came to me, I tried to understand what was going on. He told me that the boy had certain disabilities or challenges. Do you understand? That it is that he doesn't know how to interact, that he tried, he spoke to him and what have you, but the boy did not listen, right? But somebody else came and then the boy responded, right? And he also mentioned that the parents of that child actually also prefer that swimmer or that trainer attends to their child. Do you know what would have happened? The boy, of course, is challenged medically, right? And the parents would have seen that this particular swimmer exercises sympathy, right? Exercises empathy, putting yourself in the person's shoes, being patient, smiling even when you are angry, right? So you see that these skills, they cut across several occupations, several professions. They are not tailored to a particular profession. So because this profession has to do with speaking, right? Then a crèche, right? A summer class, summer school. And then there are several around the area. But we have to take a decision on which to take. We have to take a decision on which to take the children to. And the children were part of the decision making, right? And you see them saying, no, we don't want to go to that one, right? We don't want to go to this one. We want to go to what? This one. That summer school or class or crèche that your children have decided to go to automatically means that is where your money will go, right? So that these skills actually affect your business. I have a friend or a brother here has an outfit where people come to wash cars and then to cut their hair. Some of us here patronize the place for those of us that are on that axis. And then one day I took the reason why we are saying this, the reason why it was thought necessary to talk about some of these things is because there are things that we don't consider. You just imagine, oh, but I'm good, right? My doors are open, my shop is fine. Why are they not coming in, right? The question is, what skills do you have? How do you address people? How is your presentation? I remember years ago, right? I will come back to the barbing salon thing so that we take as much examples as possible to enable us reconcile them with our different and various professions, so that no one says, oh, I'm not a teacher, so it doesn't affect me, right? I was here, I gave a sermon one day here, and then when I finished, somebody, Brother Anselm Edwards, some of us will know him, he served here with the Nigerian Airport Authority, retired and has gone back to his hometown peacefully. He came to me and told me that my presentation was very okay, that the sermon was well delivered, he liked it. That's where he started, because he knew that what he wanted to say next was not good. So he told me the good one first. That's also soft skill. Because if you just start with the bad one and tell him, I beg, when I think I've expanded energy and I've done, you are coming to tell me, right? But he told me, he said all nice things. Then he said something. He asked if I had any problem, any issue disturbing me. I said no. I was surprised. I didn't know where the question was going to and where it was coming from. I said no. He said, I'm not angry with anybody. I said no. He said, that he was wondering how other members of the congregation were feeling, because my face was as if I was quarreling with somebody. That I did not need to be serious for people to know that, I didn't need to squeeze my face for people to know that salvation is real. Right? Just let them know that they are not your enemies. You are not quarreling with them. That's why at times when some people come here and shout the thing from here to there and shout back, and you think you are doing a serious job because salvation is a serious business, you are getting people tired of what you are doing actually. Your demeanor, your delivery approach and pattern, the way you respect people when you talk to them matters a lot. Now I quickly go back to the barbing salon guy. I was there, I went to cut my own hair, and my neighbor in the same estate brought his children to come and cut their hair, right? And then the next thing that happened was that, children, they don't sit, they either moving their heads. The Baba wasn't able to do what he was doing, and the next thing was the Baba was pushing the child down. Come on, my friends, sit down in one place. Stay there, let me cut your hair. And the father was sitting behind. And the next thing, me, I was holding, because I know the father. I know how he can be. So I was praying in my mind, like, let nothing happen here. And the next thing, the father politely said, take it easy now. These people are children. Talk to them what? Softly. And the boys and the Baba boy said, stammer, so probably that's why it was like that. He said, I don't have all the time. See, children, I want to barb. If I spend that many hours on this. When the man reacted to that statement that he said, the Baba was outside. Because he was already holding himself like, that's my child you are malhandling, right? Trying to be polite. He spoke to you and then you are telling him that you have a right to press his children down. If you had said, oh, sorry, sir, I'm just trying to put him right, just let me talk to him so that we can save time. I need to also cut your other son and even your head, so I beg, Don't you think it would have gone differently? So those skills are needed everywhere. You take a child to a hospital. Me as a person, right? I've done it at this my age, I still do it. When I get to the hospital and I want to an injection to be administered on me, I'll say it's not so around. Do you understand? I have a right to refuse a particular nurse. And you ask me why, and I say because I don't like the way she handles me. The last one she did, I'm still feeling the pain. It is my right. Right? But there's a way, there's a video one time where they show the Western nurse and they show the Nigerian nurse. The way she will be tapping the injection, first of all, you will know that there's trouble. Do you understand? And then, if tomorrow you want to recommend a nurse, you have a brother who has a hospital, and there's an opening, right? And you are in a position to recommend a nurse to be moved to a bigger hospital, right? Who do you think you are going to recommend? Of course, you recommend that one who has those skills, right? that person that is gentle, right? So recruiters these days are no longer just looking for that person that can do the job. They are looking for that person that they can send to go and represent their establishment, and they know they will not have issues. They are looking for that person that has that leadership abilities, right? You go for an interview with, you see some people organizing the interview. You mistake them for staff. You think they work there. It's when you start the exam, you see him by your side. He too is also what? He's writing. That's leadership ability first of all. Right? That is a score he has earned already ahead of you or above you. Right? So we need to be in our various professions, be gentle, right? Depending on where you find yourself. You need to be sympathetic, depending on what profession you are in. If a customer walks into your shop, there are ways you address the person. Yes, what can I do for you? What do you want? I'll walk away. Right? I've gone to a restaurant and I say, what do you have? I say, I have pepper soup. I say, call the person selling it. And when she came with toothpick in her mouth. I was doing. I said she should not worry. They say what? I said I'm not hungry again. I didn't tell them why, but today, anytime I look at that place, I say that place where that woman does that. Right? Those are skills you need to possess for your business to have an advantage over the other person. Everybody knows it, but what extra qualities do you have? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful lesson. Before he stepped down, I don't know if we have any questions for him. Okay, one. Okay, that is all. So, please, without wasting more time, straight to the point.
All right, once again. Yeah, I want to ask a question based on the experience. You talked about going for interview and sometimes it's late time. Now, in a case where they say interview is 10 a.m. and you get there by 10 a.m. and you sit down and nobody comes to attend to you to like, oh, be patient too. We are still trying to put one or two things together before we commence the interview. And you keep sitting down there, from 10 to 12, 12 to 2, and nobody comes to attend to you. In such a case, what should you do?
Okay. First of all, no reputable establishment will keep people waiting for that long. Your test of patience will ordinarily be short, right? Let me just answer like this and then I come back to interview. If you have a suspect that you want to interrogate, right? For those outfits that have transparent glasses or rooms, at times they put the person there, right? And they are watching to see if the person will fidget, if the person will, exercise some character traits that will establish a level of guilt. Except they have secured an order to keep the person for a lengthy time. You don't want to risk leaving him there for more than 30 minutes, 1 hour or so, and allow for his lawyer to have time to come and say, I want to secure the release of this my person, right? So it is not a time span that will be unreasonably long. So I don't expect any establishment to fix an interview for 10 o'clock, right? And then 12 o'clock, nothing has happened yet. Although it happens, especially in these, generally crowded interviews. I went for an interview for a bank. I left my house from Alausa by 9 a.m., right? At
at 11 to 12, nothing was happening yet. Do you understand? Unfortunately, in Nigeria, when the rush has not started, when people have not started trampling upon one another, we do not do anything. So if the time becomes unreasonably long, you can take a walk. That cannot be on you. But I'm talking about a time space of 30 minutes or max 1 hour. The interview I told you that was at 11 o'clock, I didn't see anybody. Right? Nobody. We had become, our number had gone to like 100. At the end of the day, I did not take that interview. When I wanted, although I was tired first of all already, when it was time for me to move to, when they said, "I are coming to this," or the rush, somebody stepped on my shoe. As I tried to release my leg, my shoe went off my leg. I tried to bend my head to get the shoe. Somebody almost stepped on my head. So I left the shoe, carried my one leg, go outside, entered Okada, and then I went home. Right? So if the time is, if it's becoming unreasonably long, that is not on you anymore. And then it also depends on the reputation of the company. Do you understand? If I'm sorry, with respect to whatever institution, if the Nigerian Public Service is the one trying to interview, I'm not sure if they delay you because your guy has not come, or maybe the printer is not working, they are looking for how to print out. Yeah? So I don't mean that it has to be unreasonably long. Thank you.
Right, round of applause for this staff is very useful. Thank you. And in addition to what he has said, for those of us who will be interested, there is a soft skill program that is going on in Coursera, Java Man and Save Down Soft Skill. You can apply to learn. It's very important. I did it and it worked for me. It also works for you too. Thank you. And then, beloved, I sincerely want to apologize for the long time we have spent so far. We are going to skip one item in the part of the program we're going to, and that's going to be the break and the refreshment. We are going to shift it to the end of the program. Not for us to meet up with time. Please do well to understand, okay? So right now we are going to, just for us to refresh ourselves, we are going to just look at us from the song leader, and then we are going to move straight to the next program, the next event, which is a skill appreciation. Please, thank you. Song leader, please.
See the way she loved me. See the way she cared for me. Carry my matter for your bedroom. Me and me go be a dog, like a little baby. You want to buy me, oh. You know they use me, they play, oh. Be make me go be a dog. Oh, you must be anywhere. And I say hallelujah, and I say hallelujah. Jehovah Meo, you must be anywhere. And I say hallelujah, and I say hallelujah. Jehovah Meo, you must be anywhere. And I say hallelujah. Hallelujah, Jehovah, glory, God of power, to the one reign forever. Amen, amen. Blessings and the praise to the Lamb of God forever. Amen. Sing, hallelujah. but I see every hallelujah. Nothing can make it from nothing, for I know that the Lord is on my side. Nothing can make it from, for I know that the Lord is on my side, Lord. Nothing can make it from nothing, for I know that the Lord is on my side. This is Lord, I serve you, Lord, for nothing I think, nothing can make it from nothing, for I know that the Lord is on my side. Nothing I think, from nothing, for I know that the Lord is on my side, Lord. Nothing can make it from nothing, for I know that the Lord is on my side. This is Lord, I serve you, Lord, for me. So let the words of my mouth, while the meditation of my Lord, be accepted, oh, be your side,
Thank you so much, bro. We are going straight to skill appreciation, and then the person that is going to come up first is going to talk to us about copywriting. I'm sure most of us know, if you are in the digital world, how essential, how important it is for someone to practice a technical skill. Okay, so copywriting is one of those skills that will enable you to thrive in the world that we are facing right now. There are other digital skills scattered all over the internet one could learn, but this one I'm going to learn in-house. So without wasting more time, please, our dear beloved song leader, troublemaker. If you know him, you know him. If you know, you know. If you don't know, forget about it. Bro, Daniel, oh God, please a round of applause for him.
Good evening, brethren. Nathaniel is saying I should climb the podium. I'm very, like I said, troublesome, so I'm usually unconventional. So we're going to talk about copywriting. It's supposed to be a session where we all get to participate and do one or two things, but because of time, we're not going to do so much. Please, let's have the screen up. Before, just have one side. Before I begin to speak on copywriting, copywriting is a major part of advertisements. Everybody that makes an advert, of course, you have to write or say something to introduce your product, your service, your goods, or whatever it is you are selling or offering as a service, right? So we do have people who have online stores or products or goods that we sell here. Please let me see your hands. If you have something you're selling online, okay, we have our CEO, of course. All right. So there's a very popular, permit me to call it nonsense, I see online, especially on our WhatsApp, for people who sell products, and I come online and I see, remember, I'm still selling so and so. I still say bar soap, don't forget your boy. That's a very terrible way to sell your products. So I'm going to, in the next 10 minutes or more, enlighten us, brief us, teach us how we can better sell our products online, and also how you can learn to develop copy that sells. So I titled this Words That Sell, how to connect with your customers and get them to buy whatever you're selling. Now, copywriting is the art of using words to evoke emotions, influence decisions, and create connections. Using words to evoke emotions, influence decisions, and create connections. Now, evoke emotions. Copywriting is basically persuading people to buy. Well, to do it could be any other thing. Could be to sign up for a newsletter, whatever it is. But let's focus on buying and selling right now. So copywriting is basically persuading people to buy what you sell. Right? Are we together? So please, as I ask questions, do well to answer. All right? Imagine you have a special way of using words to make people really excited about something. It's like using a magical spell of words to tell a story that makes people want to buy or try something fun. So copywriting is like being a word wizard who makes things look useful, necessary, and interesting using words. In short, it's you being able to say abracadabra and you have 50 customers at your doorstep. Are we together? Great. Next slide, please. So I chose a product that we are going to use as a sample we are going to use to practice with, just so we have an idea of what we are going to do. It's the QW33 smartwatch. Now, there are two steps in marketing. The first thing you need to do is to research, and then the next thing you need to do is to take that research that you've made and make your copy. Copy, when I say copy, I mean your written words. Are we together? Are we together? Yes. Awesome. Now, I have a quote here from Abraham Lincoln. It says, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening my axe." Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening my axe. What does that imply? Sir? Preparation. Preparation. If I take a blunt axe to cut down a tree, I might end up spending more than the 6 hours I have. But if I imagine spending 4 hours just sharpening your axe, it could take maybe 30 minutes, to take down the tree with even lesser effort. So, in copywriting, a comprehensive research provides a framework for an outstanding copy. Comprehensive research provides the framework for a copy that sells, for a marketing campaign that sells. Now, next slide. There are 3 fields or areas where you absolutely have to do your research. I cannot buttress enough how research is important. That is why I took time to put down that quote. 3 research where it's absolutely important for you to do research. The first one is to research your product or service, as the case may be. The first thing you have to do is to know everything about your product. I'm going to be saying product very often, so you can, if you're offering a service, just interchange or related to that. You have to know everything about your product. The example we are using of the smartwatch, please, the next slide. I put down a few things. When I say you need to know everything about your products, the smartwatch, for example, has a feature where it allows you to check your heartbeat. Of course, it has the time, you check the time, you do all those other things. Now, a feature is an essential function or component of a good or service. On the other hand, the benefit refers to how a product's features can improve the customer's life and bring more comfort and enjoyment. I started by saying at the beginning, when we were defining what copywriting is, I said it is the act of persuading people to buy. If you don't take anything, that definition, the act of persuading people to buy. People have their monies, you cannot force them. What you have to do is to persuade them to buy. Appeal to their emotions, to their conscience, to their desires, to their pains, and then get them to buy. Now, one mistake we do for people who sell online or who offer services is, for example, you have a smartwatch and you put online and says the smartwatch has, next slide, you say the smartwatch has notifications, right? It helps you to see notifications. You say health and fitness tracking, GPS navigation, personalized faces and apps and all that. But the question is, to the person that you are hoping to sell to, how does this help him? Make I speak small pidgin. Wetin concern me, right? The person begins to think, how does notification on your wrist affect my life? How does GPS help me in my living, have a better life? How does it affect the way I live? So instead of writing the features, for those of us who sell clothes, say I have pink, I have red, I have white, and all that. Instead of writing the features, it is better you write the benefits. It's better you project the benefits of those products to your potential clients and potential customers. That way, when a potential client or a potential customers come to your page, to your website, to your online store, whatever it is, he sees how your product is going to serve him. Are we together? Are we together? He sees how your product is going to serve him, or how your service is going to better his life. Instead of now saying notification, you could say something in the line of stay connected without checking your phone. Get important messages, calls and updates instantly so you never miss a thing. I will read that again. Stay connected without checking your phone. Get important messages, calls and updates instantly so you never miss a thing. Saying this and now saying, and I'm not making as much money as he is. So what do? I want to find out on what platform or platforms he's marketing. I want to find out what pain points he's attacking. I will explain what pain points are. Pain points are customers' needs, customers' desire. For example, I have a smartwatch. Yes, let's continue with the example. I have a smartwatch, and the smartwatch helps with notifications, as we have discussed. And then for the sisters or for the ladies that always have their phones in their bags, right? And then you're always missing calls. And for those of you who are married, your husband will call you 52 billion times, and you're struggling to look for your phone, and you miss all the calls. And I come to tell you, I have the smartphone, I have a smartwatch that helps you to quickly take your calls so you don't miss anything without having to search your bag and miss call and your husband shouts at you and all that. What I want to do when doing a competitor research is to see, okay, from the example I just gave, the pain point in that story is that the woman or the lady is not able to pick her calls and she's having challenges with persons calling her and she's missing business deals, having issues with relationships. Those are pain points. When the competitors research, what I want to look out for is what pain points are my competitors attacking. I wish I had my slide up. This would be way much faster and easier. What pain points are my competitors attacking? What are my competitors' unique selling points? What features or benefits of that product are they really emphasizing that are helping them to get clients and to get customers? What social media platforms are they advertising? What type of adverts are they putting out? And one very important thing to also look out for is reviews, the kind of reviews they are getting for their products. Another thing, or the first thing to do, is the market research. What was the first thing I said we should research? What was the first thing I said we should research? Very good. It's a training, so since we cannot do, I will ask. And the second thing is what? Hello. The second thing is what? So the first thing to research is your product. Know exact everything, both features and benefits. The second thing is your competitors, and then the third thing we want to research is the market. Market research shapes copywriting, shapes your copy, shapes your marketing. By understanding, it helps you to understand your customers, it helps you to refine the message to suit the need of the customers, and create relatable content leading to effective communication and successful outcomes. Let me spend the remaining time talking about market research. Of course, after doing your research, you have to write, you have to have the heading, the headline, very important, and all that. But if you just know this alone, and you're able to put everything together and make good copy, make good marketing, I can guarantee you, if you make sales of 2 shirts a day, for those of you that sell clothes or into fashion, if you make sales of 2 shirts a day, I can guarantee you a minimum, at least 10% increase in your business dealing. I can guarantee you, if you try it and it doesn't work, call me and I will do it for you for free. But you have to show me that you have attempted it. Now, so when doing market research, what are we looking for? There's something we call the VOC in copywriting. I was trying so much not to bring in too many terms, but I could not help with this. It's called the VOC, called the voice of customer. What are your customers actually saying? Are you listening to what they are saying? If you do business online, there are various places you can go and find out what your customers are saying. Product reviews, Facebook groups, Facebook marketplace, YouTube channels for YouTube videos that talk about those influencers that talk about the product or the service you're offering. Go there, listen, read carefully, observe, research. What are your customers saying? Are they having problems with for the shirt example again? Are they having problems with round necks? Do they want V-necks or do they want buttons? What exactly are they saying? Are they having trouble with purchase? Are they having trouble with delivery? Are they having, all this? You have to be able to understand your market, understand their needs. This helps you to shape your marketing, your copy. And then, quick one before I step down. I know I had just 15 minutes, which definitely was not going to be sufficient. But then, if I have done all these researches, or this research, and I know what my products can do, how it can help and better the life of my ideal clients or potential clients. I know what my competitors are doing to make better sales, to make more money than I am. I know what they are doing. I know what they are not doing right that can be even done better because I have studied, their market system and all that. And then I know what my customers want. I know what they are really asking for. It is now easier for me to now come to my online store or to my web page and construct my message in such a way that it appeals to the desire. It satisfies the pains of my ideal clients, of my potential clients. Once again, copywriting is persuasive writing. Copywriting is persuading your ideal customers to purchase, to make sales, to buy. If you are not able to appeal to their desires, if you are not able to give to me or tell me that you can solve my problem, then I rather go somewhere else to look for solution. One last advice for those of us who have online stores. There's something called the attention span syndrome. People do not have the patience to read something that's not relevant to them. if you've noticed, or after now, if you go online to look for something, the moment you open a web page, for example, and you read the first paragraph, and it's not attended to what you want, what do? You move on, just exit and go to the next link, right? So it is important that you craft your message in such a way that it attends to the desires of your intending customers and your intending clients. Thank you. May God bless us in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much. Let's see if we can clap now. Please, thank you so much, Brother. If you are in the technical space, you understand that what he's saying is very, very important. It's very important. So in fact, Brother, let me share a testimony. You know, say sometimes back when I was still far from the technical world, I believe say copywriting that you go in kind of copy something, put for another website. Most of us have that same mindset too, or that same thing. But today we've learned a lot from Brother Daniel. Thank you so much, Brother Daniel. A round of applause again for Brother Daniel. All right. Thank you. We are going to move to the next discussion we are going to have on digital marketing. I'm sure you heard when Brother Daniel was calling someone CEO. Brethren, I want to thankfully and with delight welcome our CEO, the person of God, Israel Obinna. Please a round of applause for him and stay on the podium, please. Now, Israel Obinna, he is the CEO of Gadgets 100. www.gadgets100ng.com.
Good evening, brethren. Yeah, so the website is www.gadgets100ng.com. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all social media networks. Thank you once. Please, Bro Lekon and the brother that has been away for a very long time, Bro Solomon, please. So let's say these two people want to start a business, right? And okay, stand here so that they can see all of us. And this person has a capital of like 100,000 naira, which is not too bad. And Bro Lekon has about 2 million naira, which is very, very big. Who do you think will do very well in business just by assessing their capital? Who? Lekon, because he has more capital, so he can buy more goods and he can employ more staff. Now, the possibility is that, fine, he has the money, he can buy more goods. If, for example, they are to sell wristwatch, like Brother Daniel says, and the cost of buying a wristwatch is 20,000 naira, how many will Brother Solomon buy? 5. How many is Brother Lekon likely to buy? As many as possible. So, but this is where marketing comes in, and where digital marketing comes in. Digital marketing gives you a free playing ground to compete, and that is why you see businesses who raise funding, like startup that raise funding of they're able to raise funding of up to $2 million US, $10 million US, and within the space of 1 year, you see that this company is already going out of business. It's either they are laying off staff or they are no longer operating. Now you ask why, but this company just raised seed funding of up to $10 million US. What happened? Because they are not able to get their marketing right. Marketing and sales is the lifeblood of every business, and it is very, very important. So we are going to go into digital marketing because it is very, very important in every business that we do. So we go straight to introduction. The society that we found ourselves, everything is going digital. About 91.04%, which is about 7.33 billion of the world's population, have a mobile phone. So just less than 1 billion people in the world today do not have a mobile phone. And what does it mean? It means that people are going online for products that they want to buy, for services, and for their brand positioning, to promote their brand they go online. And it is very, very important that we also as well key into digital marketing as a way to make sales, a way to sell our products and services and promote our brands online. So in this discussion, we are going to have 5 key areas of discussion. First, we are going to have our introduction, which we've done. We are going to discuss on what is digital marketing. Right now, we have so many people who say they are digital marketers. We have so many digital marketing agencies. We have companies who invest a whole lot of money into hiring digital marketers or paying digital marketing agencies. And at the end of the month, they are not getting return for their investment. And it becomes a very, very big problem. We have few digital marketing agencies or digital marketers that are able to walk the talk, that are able to give you the results. But marketing is very, very important, right? From what we said, the only reason why Brother Solomon is able to compete with Brother Lekron is because, is it because of capital? Is it because of staff strength? So what ground does Brother Solomon has to compete with Brother Lekron? What ground? Marketing. And that's why you see little companies do very well than even some of the big companies, because business is not all about the cash. It's not all about how much you have. It's not all about how much you're starting a business with. It's all about the cash flow. What is coming in? If the cash flow is not there, if money is not coming in, you end up seeing that at the end of the month, you are not able to raise funds to be able to pay staff. You're not able to raise funds to even buy goods, and it becomes a problem. And that is why digital marketing is very, very important, and we should pay attention to it. If someone is trying to start a business, the first thing you want to do is if you want to go online, the first thing you want to do is to post it to start with WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp is a common platform that people start. They start posting on WhatsApp status, or some will open a Facebook page and start posting on Facebook and all that. But is that really what digital marketing is all about? So this evening, in the next 10 minutes, we'll go into digital marketing. So what is digital marketing? Please, projector, please. What is digital marketing? I think that's the third slide. So digital marketing refers to the promotion of products, like we said, services or brands, using digital channels and technologies. Now, for us to understand this, the other side of digital marketing is what? Traditional marketing. And it's not far for us to understand what traditional marketing is. We have stores all around us, who have physical shops, physical locations where people come in to buy. Those are traditional means of marketing. So your customers would physically walk into your shop to buy. If they come to your shop and it's locked, it means that you are not able to do business that particular day. So that is traditional means of marketing. Or marketing through radio, televisions, flyers, billboards, and every other form of marketing that does not involve a digital platform or digital technology is traditional marketing. So digital marketing encompasses a wide range of strategies. To be able to get it right, there is a wide range of strategies that are aimed at reaching the target audience across various online platforms. Like I said, we have so many platforms that you want to market your goods. So having understood what digital marketing is all about, the big question becomes, where do I market my products, right? I understand that digital marketing is a process of selling a product, a service, or marketing my brand online. So where do I sell it? I understand what digital marketing is, but where do I sell the products? Where do I market the services? How do I position my brand? You need to know the digital marketing channels. So there are so many digital marketing channels. I think we have more than 10 digital marketing channels, but because of time, we are going to look at the 6 most important and the ones that we can relate. There are some digital marketing channels that are quite complex that we might not be able to relate because of time, but we are going to look at 6 digital marketing channels that we can relate with and that are very, very important for every business that wants to scale online, for every business that wants to generate revenue or that wants to get a very good brand awareness, a brand image online. The first is social media marketing. I don't know why they are not able to project it. So social media marketing involves utilizing platforms like Facebook. So can we mention the social media networks or social media platforms that we have? Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, yes. Is Pinterest really a social media page? No, SMS is not. What SMS, yeah? Okay, TikTok, and so on and so forth. We have so many social media platforms, and as the time go by, we keep having invention of new social media platforms. Just about last month, we had a new social media platform. Who knows the social media platform? Threads, and people are already selling on Threads. So now you want to utilize these platforms to market your product and services, engage your audiences, and build a brand presence. It is very, very important. It's not all about marketing. It's not all about promoting products and services. It's all about building a brand presence. And you need to build a brand presence that people can relate with. When people want to buy an iPhone, they don't buy an iPhone because it's this. They buy an iPhone because Apple already have a very good brand positioning. They have a very good brand presence. So Apple they are able to sell, just like the teacher that said something about copywriting. They are able to sell to your emotion. Apple is not selling features. It's only Samsung and Tecno that will tell you, this new Tecno phone, you can take camera here and it will get someone in Yanipaja. The battery can last for like 10 years. Those brands are only selling features because they don't have a powerful brand presence. They don't have a powerful brand positioning and image. But Apple is selling to your emotion. Just the logo alone, when you see logo, you know that this is an iPhone and you want to buy it. And someone was saying something about, have you ever seen an advert where you see Lamborghini do adverts? Very, very rare. Do you see Rolls Royce do adverts? Very, very rare. Because they know that the class of people that can afford that car, they are not people that you see online. So they know that someone who would naturally wake up and say, I want to buy Rolls Royce, is not buying Rolls Royce because they need a car to drive from here to Yanipaja. That person is buying it because of what? Luxury. And that is where copywriting, because he believes that when I drive a Rolls Royce, or if I drive a Bugatti, someone will see me as someone who belongs to this class. So I'm not buying it because I want to drive a car, but because of class and luxury. And these brands have already built a very good brand image where they are able to sell to your emotion. They are not selling features. They are not even selling to your benefits, but they are selling to your emotions. So social media marketing is very, very important. It is very, very good that if you have an online business, try as much as possible to exploit all social media platforms, all the platforms that we mentioned: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. As they keep coming, try to establish your presence there so that you are able to know which platform is converting more for you, which platform is giving you more revenue, so that you focus your marketing strategy and ability on that particular platform. So we are not going to waste more time. So the second very, very important channel of digital marketing is email marketing. Email marketing is a very old digital marketing channel. It has been there for years before the adventure of new digital marketing channels. But it is a very, very powerful channel for reaching and nurturing leads. If you need a channel where you're able to build leads, you're able to build community, where you're able to nurture leads, email marketing is very, very important. Some companies still don't, or some businesses rather, still don't believe in email marketing. But email marketing is very, very important. So the goal of email marketing is to build a relationship. You are trying to build a community. You are trying to build a relationship so that you're able to promote your product or services and ultimately drive conversions with the ability to reach a large audience. Email marketing allows businesses to stay connected with their customers and keep them updated on the latest offerings and promotions. Now, to get email marketing very well, to get your email marketing very well so that you're able to get your conversion and get the results from email marketing, you must use email marketing tools. We have what we call the MailChimp. MailChimp is very, very important for you to build a list of leads or a list of customers who have earlier patronized your goods so that you are able to retarget them or remarket to them. So as you send them, as you keep sending them mails, they keep the memory of your business keep coming to their mind, and they would also want to patronize you. Some of these channels have their pros and their cons, and it's very, very important to also know that. So the third one is search engine optimization. Search engine optimization works for companies that already have a website. So if you don't have a website, be it an e-commerce website or a one-page website where your services are listed, search engine optimization will not work for you. So the ultimate goal of search engine optimization is to drive organic and unpaid traffic to your website, which can result to increased visibility, higher conversion rates, and ultimately more revenue for your business. Like we said, a business that will strive, or a business that will scale, is not all about the cash, but it is all about what? It's all about what? The cash flow. It's not all about the cash, it's all about the cash flow. We made an instance where someone had 2 million naira and someone had 20,000 naira. But because this one is able to sell, is able to get the marketing right, and is selling, he's having cash flow. But the person that had 2 million naira is not selling. And between a short period of time, you hear that that business had already gone out of business. So business is all about cash flow and not cash. Influencer marketing. Influencer marketing, we see brands recently, influencer marketing has become a very, very effective and something that is well known. We see brands hire brand influencers. So with influencer marketing, you are trying to hire brand influencers who their objectives and their lifestyle resonates with your business or with your brand vision and your brand objective. And it's very, very important while thinking about influencer marketing. You see companies, there was a company that launched betas last year, and when they are hiring brand influencers, they hired one guy. You all know the guy, and before we know it, they said that brand has already, people are no longer buying it. Someone said, why will people buy it when you paid this type of person as your brand influencer? Someone that does not even have a very good image that resonates with your brand. So influencer marketing, while thinking about influential marketing or influencer marketing, is very, very important to look for brand influencers, be it micro, nano, or big brand influencers whose lifestyle and objective are in line with your business. Affiliate marketing, and this will be the last. Affiliate marketing is very, very important, and that is one thing we all need to tap into. We have people who sell online courses, right? We have an affiliate marketing platform, right? What's the name of that? Where they sell digital products, courses. Espana, yeah. Very, very important. You see people who are already selling digital products, selling courses, and all that. That is affiliate marketing. So it's just a way of it's a commission, a performance-based marketing strategy where affiliates earn commission for every sale or lead they generate for a company. I wouldn't even say leads. I would say sell, because a company will only pay you as an affiliate marketer if you're able to sell. It's not if you're able to generate leads. If you're able to drive down your sales process to the point where you're able to sell. So affiliate marketing is very, very important. Jumia is an affiliate marketing platform because Jumia does not own any products. Amazon, we have so many affiliate marketing platforms. Though recently, some of these affiliate marketing businesses started stocking goods. So they are more like they still have goods that they sell. But affiliate marketing is very, very important. And just like you mentioned, I also have an affiliate marketing platform where you can go to my website, you register, you market products, and you get commission on sales. So what are now the advantages of digital marketing? Number one, global reach. If I have a store that is worth 20 million naira here, and I have goods here, Is it not until someone walks down to my shop that I'm able to sell, right? But if I have an online presence for my business, I have it on Instagram and I market it on Instagram, I'm able to reach someone who is in Kano, someone who is in Cotonou, someone who is in Canada, someone who is in USA. So digital marketing gives you, as an online seller, a global reach. Through digital marketing, you're able to break geographical barriers and reach people all over the world. Digital marketing is cost effective. With digital marketing, you don't need to think about stocking goods. You don't need to think about paying rent for a shop, paying electricity bill, and on money them, they will come and say, okay, you need to pay this tax and this tax and this one and this one. With digital marketing, you're able to save cost and you're able to maximize your marketing. Targeted audience. Through digital marketing, you're able to do precise targeting based on demographics, interest, and behavior. Facebook marketing now gives you opportunity for you to market to people who live in particular area, right? I can want to market a product. I say, okay, I want to target people who live in Edo State or Akwa Ibom, or people who are of this class, or people who are bankers, people who are doing this or this. So with digital marketing, you have a targeted marketing that you are looking at a precise demographics, interest, and behavior. Measurable result. With digital marketing, you can measure accurate data and track performance, and also know how your marketing efforts are going. Now, what are the disadvantages? Like we said, everything that has an advantage has what? A disadvantage. What are the disadvantages of digital marketing? Information overload. You have so many information on your website. You have you must regularly post. You must regularly know in fact, copywriting. You must know copywriting. You must have information to be able to market very well. Constant evolution. Like we said, search engine optimization. Facebook algorithm keep changing day by day. The Google algorithm keep changing day by day. So you need to be updated with this algorithm so that you are able to market very well. So you have constant evolution and you need to be in line with the trends to be able to market very well. Privacy concerns. Someone might want to buy something online and I want to hide my identity. I don't want my identity to be known. But it's very, very difficult, because if you're buying something from Jumia, what information are you giving them? Your name, your email address, your house address, your phone number. So these things are private. These things are things that you want to keep private. So this is one of the disadvantages of digital marketing, is that you don't have your privacy. Even though companies have their privacy policy where they tell you that some of these information that you're giving them, that they keep it private, so they don't keep it out there for everybody to see. We also have a disadvantage of negative reviews. Most times you want to buy a good from Jumia and you see one negative review. I bought this product and it did not last. I bought this AirPod and one ear is not working, only one ear is working. Those are the disadvantages of digital marketing. Because if I have a store that is selling it and I'm walking in to buy through the traditional means of marketing, I will not hear someone saying that this product is not good. But because of digital marketing, you have negative reviews, you have negative comments. For example, if you go on Jumia's page right now, I can tell you for every post that Jumia puts up on Instagram, there are more than 20 complaints of people who ordered that did not get, or people who got the wrong product, or people who are yet to get their refund for a product. Those are some of the disadvantages of digital marketing. Then we have technical problems, like people who run websites. You can wake up and your website is down, or your Instagram page is down, and you are not able to market. Those are some of the disadvantages, and digital fatigue as well. So we conclude by saying this: in our digital age, digital marketing is the cornerstone of every business's success. Understanding the various channels and weighing their pros and cons is essential for crafting effective strategies. We have to embrace the opportunities of digital marketing. We have to embrace the opportunities digital marketing offers while navigating its challenges to create impactful campaigns that resonate with our target audience. Brethren, digital marketing is very important, and if we know it, we'll be able to market very well. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much for this job, the CEO of Budget 100. You know easy. Thank you so much. Brethren, there are so much content from what we heard from the two brothers. There are so much content in it. I will tell you, if you want to learn more in this regard, please reach out to them. Please reach out to them. There are so much content. So they are just trying to manage the time in order for us to get tips of what is contained in all these platforms, digital marketing and copywriting. And also to add to that, there is a platform, I don't know if it's still open currently, that is organized by Google Digital Skills for Africa. If you go to that platform, you are able to learn digital marketing skills. So you want to thrive in that aspect, you can also take that course. But then we are going to move straight to the next program or the next discussion we are going to have on personal branding. Personal branding. This one concerns you and me. Personal. You get? If you don't stand out, if you don't do something where make you stand out, you can never progress. You remember when we were doing the panel discussion and then we said that you need to stand out from many others. This is how we are going to learn how to personally take care of ourselves, enough for us to show ourselves out there to everyone. And no other person that beloved is going to, beloved brother, Chinedu is going to handle that session for us. I see, please project the image of God. I'm going to respectfully read out his profile as he step forward to anchor this session. So, Brother Chinedu is an active member of Ikeja congregation and a famed advocate of the all-round development of the Christian youth. I'm going to personally give him 5 stars for that. And please, a round of applause for him. Please, 5 stars for that alone. It's not easy. Okay, so yes, he's a trained engineer and seasoned management consultant, and he's an associate partner in one of the 4 big management consulting firms and a beautiful family man. Another 5 stars for Goshen. Please, a round of applause for Goshen. Please accept it. Thank you so much. Please continue clapping to the state on the podium, please. It's not easy. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I almost did not even recognize myself. Where I was getting close. I don't need to share any money because even though that they introduced as CEO, they didn't drop anything. So let me enjoy my moment of fame. It's coming free of charge. The topic is personal branding, and then we'll dive straight into this. I'm meant to understand I have 30 minutes for this session. Okay, so when you start running like I'm wasting time, what you need to do is make sure I'm not extending time. I confirm with the moderator if I still have 30 minutes and they say yes. You know, I'm an advocate for let me know everyone I'm saying.
After this facility.
Please, I see if you have this presentation, quickly pull it up. Quickly pull it up. Yes, that is it. Personal branding. And in terms of agenda, I want to discuss what we are basically talking about. We have the first one there. Just go to the next one, agenda. We discuss what we call Know Your Brand as a teaser into this. Then we go into introductions and definitions. Please, IT, you need to work with me, okay? Agenda is the slide I'm trying to explain. Then we then talk about what exactly constitutes a personal brand. What exactly constitutes a personal brand? We'll go into the crux of the presentation, which is building your personal brand. In other words, how do you then build, accentuate, promote your personal brand? And we summarize, and then we get you to make some commitments. Okay, this is how we're going to run. The next slide I have, please don't say anything, just observe the slide and I will ask a question. The next slide I have is just some brands, and I just want to believe you can see these brands. I want to ask a question. Is there anyone here who can accurately, there are some people making noise at the back there, please, I'm a very generous speaker. When you're in the class, I expect that you're listening to me. Is there anyone in the hall who can accurately name all the brands? Show of hands. Okay. Okay, I have 3 hands. So what do we do to anyone if you, after making this and you fail any of them? What do we do to you? Just be sure. Okay, Daniel Benson say he's taking the risk. So give him a microphone. I don't know. We'll decide when you fail it. Give him a microphone.
Okay, the first one, Apple, Nike, Starbucks.
No, let's take it small, right? You know, don't rush. Okay.
Apple.
Okay.
Nike.
Okay.
Starbucks.
Okay.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, okay.
Google.
Right.
Amazon.
Yes.
Tesla.
Correct.
Adidas.
Correct.
Unilever.
Correct.
And Shell.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I think there will be a prize for the Robinson. I don't know what it is later on. We'll see how it happens. Even though I carefully chose brands I expect almost everybody to know. Okay? But I think he did well. I suspected he might miss it out on Tesla, but and Starbucks. Those are the only ones that appeared a bit difficult, but he did well by naming all of them accurately. These are global brands, you know, and you relate to. And for most of us, we know what they do also. But there's something I want to point out. Just like these global brands, you know, you are also a brand. Every single person here is a brand. You know why? There's only one single version of you. There's no version of you anywhere in the world. There's a story about, for an average person, you have about 7 look-alike. Some of them may be in Malaysia, some of them will be somewhere, but it doesn't really matter. Your fingerprints belong to you. Your DNA belongs to you. A lot of things are specific to you. But so what you don't know, and I want you to know, is that the way you are talking about these brands, you also are a brand. It can be a bad brand, it can be a good one, but definitely everybody is. Let me tell you a story. Go to the next, please. The way this will work is that IT must work with me, please. Okay? Go to the next slide. There's a story of conjoined identical twins. You know what people are conjoined? They're actually joined at the head, right? They could not be separate, completely separate individuals. Conjoined identical twins by name Ladan and Lale. They were actually from Iran, and they lived between the year 1974 and 2003. I think that's kept them about 29 years before they died. Their death came as a result of a complicated surgical operation to separate them at the head. Okay, those are their pictures there. And see, that's where I have a problem. So IT, please take that up a bit, tap it up a bit. Okay, no worries, it's fine. You did a second tab, which I didn't want, but it's fine, no problem. So they are joined at the head, all right? But since they were kids, naturally, they wanted to be their own. They wanted to have the freedom of being their own separate individuals. They wanted to have the freedom of being their own separate individuals. Ladan, for example, wanted to be a lawyer, while the sister Lale wished to become a journalist. They were joined together. They could only attend one class at a time. So in the end, they settled for lion choice by 2 of them attending law school and all of that. But they were very different individuals. The differences were quite sharp. And all of that. For example, Lale liked to play computer games, while Laden preferred computer programming. Lale was quite introverted, quiet, while his sister Ladan was quite talkative. Imagine the situation where You be in the same room, you are with someone who keeps talking, right? You just don't want, you may just want to walk away because the person keeps talking. Imagine a situation where that person is joined to you, whether you like it or not. The person will be talking and you just want quiet. That was the situation of these conjoined twins. They wanted to be different, and doctors also did some research and felt they could have a successful surgical operation. Before the operation, they granted a press conference. And of course, he had to sign what they call the consent form. There was something they said which was striking. I wanted that to come later on. Maybe it didn't work there. They said something. We would rather die as individuals than live without an identity. It's a bit chilling to me. We would rather do what? Die as individuals than live without an identity. That was what said. Unfortunately, the surgery was not successful and they bled to death. Okay? We should not trivialize our uniqueness. Everybody is unique. And in a world we live in, we have the same oxygen, we have everything, you know. Everything is an equalizer. The only differentiation you have is yourself. And that's the first step towards understanding.
Sorry. Just if you could, in the middle of what you're doing, so because some people are doing, they just want to say prayers quickly and then share drinks. So maybe somewhere in the middle you could just.
You can do it now. It's not doing it, yes. Okay, I understand we need to quickly pray and have some refreshments. And also understand some people are leaving. I don't know why you leave now. You are going to miss plenty, you know. You didn't hear the introduction that they gave me. It's not every time you have someone like that speaking to you. It's the day of my moment of fame, right? So you better stick around and get to the end of this presentation. So who could pray for us?
We thank you, Father in heaven, for how you have led us to this point. We thank you, Father in heaven, for the speakers, and we thank you for this moment. Father in heaven, food is about to be served to us. We pray that you should bless it, sanctify it, and feed it, Father in heaven. We pray that we may nourish our body and soul in Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay, very good. So, if you listen to that story, the first thing I want to point out is that our uniqueness is something that we sometimes take for granted because we have it, right? And he saw people who would rather die than not have themselves what? Express their uniqueness. That's your uniqueness is what you are calling your personal brands. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, that is what you are calling what? Your personal brands. And that's the first step. The first step towards understanding your personal branding is your uniqueness. Now, let's take a definition. What exactly do we call a personal brand? You know, most times when we talk of branding, we start thinking of products. We start thinking of companies. We start thinking of different sectors, different firms, and all of that, without recognizing that as individuals, we're also what? Brands. If you go to a hospital, the hospital you love, I don't know, Lagoon is down there. Some people will tell you, oh, Lagoon is such a good hospital. But if you go to Lagoon, they probably have 100 doctors. You know, there are people that will go to Lagoon, they are looking for what? A particular doctor. You know why? Because those doctors themselves are also what? Brands. Irrespective of they are all working for what? A company. So whether you're an employer, whether you're an employee, or whether you are self-employed, you have a brand which may be great, which may be bad, which may be just there. So your personal brand is a combination of your unique skills, your values, your experiences, and your character traits that make you who you are. It's a way of differentiating you. You know, when you say differentiate, something that makes you different from others. It's a way of differentiating you and standing you out in a world where things sometimes look the same. And of course, building your personal brand help you to advance whatever you have as your professional goals. I listened to the panel session on jobs and all of that, and I hear Madam tell you that what is even your professional goal? You want to be an engineer. What kind of engineer do you want to be? So your personal brands are the way of actually advancing these your professional goals you have set for yourself. It is about who you are, and it's about what you stand for. For most people, the moment you hear personal brand, you think of websites, you think of LinkedIn profile, you think of Facebook, Instagram, and all of that. That is not a problem, really. But that's not your brand. What those things do for you is that they help you to digitize your brand. You know? But if you don't have anything you are projecting, then what is the essence? Does it really matter what label you put on an empty bottle? You know? Those of you that did secondary school science, you go to your chemistry lab, you see a lot of bottles labeled. They will say one is hydrochloric acid, but it's empty. It could have been water, right? So it doesn't really matter. They may even have water inside and it's labeled hydrochloric acid. That's what you get when you go and open a Facebook and you have nothing to project. So it is not your website that is your personal brand. It is actually that unique skills you are trying to project. And the moment you are doing that, you are digitizing or you are reaching out based on your brands. It's a way of differentiating yourself and standing out, like I already said before. It's about who you are. Now, what exactly constitutes your brands? If you can take it one after the other. If I want to define your personal brand, what am I going to use to define you? Okay? The first one is your skills and your values. You know, we're in a world where you don't just go to the table of greatness and say, oh, we are the great people. Let us sit around this table. That doesn't happen. Right? If you have to go to the table of greatness, it means that you are coming with something. You don't demand for a seat. You go there because of what you possess. So the value you bring to the world or you bring to the marketplace is what emphasizes your personal brands. So, like I said, this is mostly about your uniqueness, something peculiar to you, something of value, something that you are able to offer to the world, your skills and your values. Your personal brand is also dictated by your physical appearance. You know, you may say that why, right? That how can you judge people based on physical appearance? Breaking news, my brethren, unfortunately, we do. You know, God judges people by their hearts. Human beings will judge by what? Physical appearance. That's the reality. You know, you may call them evil, you may call them unholy by unrighteous judgments, but that is the reality. People will judge you by how you look and how you appear. So you have to be conscious of this without necessarily being self-conscious, right? What I mean is, don't start thinking, oh, am I tall enough or short enough? But just recognize that the way you appear, you will what? You'll be judged by that. Another thing that constitutes your personal brand is your style of communication. You know, how you talk, your voice, the way your grammar comes out and all of that. Maybe unfair, but it's also what? Reality, you know. If there are ways you pronounce some words, people will know you by that and all of that. I have a good friend, the wife is a travel agent, and I introduced her to my brother when he wanted to book some tickets. He has not met her before. She has this very tiny voice. So she calls the number I gave her to book a ticket, and somebody was answering him on the other end. And they were like, please give your mother the phone. The woman kept saying, it's the mother. I said, my friend, I said, give your mother the phone. she just kept saying, it's the mother that is speaking, or it's the mother that is speaking, and all of that, right? So sometimes when you've not seen someone, based on their voice, you're associating them. You see some people very deep voice and all of that, you think they're like 6'4", then later on you see one small person, you feel like beating them, right? Well, whether you like it or not, our communication style, our voice and all of that also constitutes our personal brand. So another one is our track records. What you've been able to do, what you've been able to achieve. You know, you can say, you know, especially your panelists, they were reading out all they did and all of that. That for some reason will make you want to take them seriously. Okay? I almost, when I heard some of their profile, I said, maybe I'm going to quickly change my own, right? After all, I did a master's in the UK too. How come nobody put it there and all of that? So, you know, so you just associate that in your head and say, oh, if this person is an engineer and he has been practicing for 22 years, definitely he has to know what he's talking about. That is track record, that is credential, that is what you bring. And that's basically what constitutes who you are. Reputation. If you forget every other thing, just know that your personal brand is simply what? Your reputation. So when you are marketing yourself, you are basically digitizing your reputation. What's the reputation? Perception of people about you. It can be correct, it can be wrong, but like they say in the advertisement world, perception is what? Reality. You know, if people think that you are such a great person, you are such an honest person, that is what they are going to believe. You know, God help you that one day you are not going to do something different from that. We will talk more around that, okay? So your reputation, the perception people will have about you is also what constitutes your personal brand. And I say, if you forget every other thing, personal brand is simply the reputation you have. When you are not in the room and people are discussing you, how are they going to describe you? That's what your personal brand. And like I said, when you are now opening a profile or digitizing and opening LinkedIn profile, you are basically digitizing what? Your reputation. And that's what we call our what? Personal brand. Okay. Why personal branding? Why personal branding? Because you know that you are going to be judged by a couple of things. You want to be a good brand, right? Because you want to be a good brand, you need to know those things that the people who use the word deciding your fate. And you need to be in control of them and make sure that whatever you are giving them the best version. So we say that the personal brand results from what others think and say about you when you're not in the room. It is your reputation, and it can actually make or break your career. You know, if people think that you are a force to reckon with, if people associate you with integrity, if people associate you with honesty, if people associate you with greatness, that same way they will expect you to be good in everything you do. They are what the HR people call the halo theory. H-A-L-O. Right? Halo theory. It's basically saying that the moment you think somebody is a good person in one area, in fact, and you are looking for who is going to be the pilot out of all of them, even though that person has not gone to a school of pilots, you're like, oh, let this person, if there's one person who can at least attempt to drive us, let it be the what? The person. So the tendency to associate people with other things good just because you find them good in one area. That's what they call the halo theory. And that is your personal brand. Okay, it is about standing up for yourself and your business. It's about the respect and confidence you get from others. So people will normally want to do business with you if they trust you. And I mentioned earlier that being deliberate about projecting your personal brand, being deliberate about managing your personal brand can help you achieve success in any endeavor you have choosing for yourself. The same way, mismanaging your personal brand can be career limiting. When I started consulting as a young man, you know, We were working for a top company then. We didn't have any money, and they told us that we were not allowed to be entering bikes. Because when our clients will see us on a bike, that we are visiting the brands. Like, these people are not serious. We will hide and bike to anywhere we want to go to. You didn't have money to buy a car, and they tell you that you also will not but enter a bike because you will reduce the brand of the company. The company could as well bought cars for us, right? But that is actually what it is. There are things they tell us then that we are called CLM, career limiting moves. Imagine eating granules in the streets of Lagos. There are people that they have this statue of eating granules. They can even throw it up and use their mouth to catch it and all of that, right? And they're doing that in the streets of Lagos. And these are the people that will go and be telling company how to advance their business. Because we are selling brands, we are selling individuals, we are expected to behave in a particular way. Somebody will tell you, you are having a CLM, you're having a career limiting move. If you speak bad English, it's CLM. If you don't have properly dressed, it's CLM. There are a whole lot of things you do that are considered CLM, and in reality, it will affect your career. Okay? Then there's also what we call pure. Then, you say, just leave that guy. That guy is a pure. Pure is P-U-R-E. You think it's something good, right? They're basically saying that you are previously unidentified recruitment error. Previously unidentified recruitment error, like, wow, where did we get this person from, right? That is also part of the fact that you are not projecting what is expected of you as an employee, right? So this is actually what eventually impacts on our career goals, how we are perceived. Now, let's go to the crux of this presentation today, which is basically how do you build your personal brand. Remember, I say that whether you like it or not, you are a brand already. It's a question of what kind of brand are you. You are one already, okay? How do you then build your personal brand? There are a couple of things you can think about. Number one is that skill you are bringing to the marketplace, that value you are projecting to the marketplace. Being exceptional in it, doing it in such a way that nobody has done it before. It is actually very easy for people to stop growing. I've graduated, I've become an engineer. For some people, the last book they actually read in their life was the one they read before they wrote their final exam. For some people, right? I was listening to someone who was saying that there are people that actually died at 25. He said they died at 25 and they got buried at 80. You know what that means? He simply said that they stopped learning at the age of 25, and that's actually death until they wait until now die physically at the age of 80. So he died at 25, buried at 80. That is when we just stop growing. So getting better is a deliberate thing. Continuous improvement is a deliberate thing. So the way to build your brand is to tell yourself, whatever it is, I will continue to get better in every area of myself. Okay? Some people simply atrophy after a while because they stop learning, they stop getting better, they are comfortable where they are, and they wake up one day and realize that everything has left them behind. Because personal branding is about reinvention. Things become different every day. So if you don't keep up, if you don't keep current, if you don't keep learning, one day, whatever you call your brand is no longer relevant because things have simply moved up. So one way of building your personal brand is for you to continue to become exceptional through continuous education. Attending seminars and workshops like you are doing now. Always thinking of how to listening to educational programs in your areas of interest because things become different on a daily basis. I mentioned before that God will judge people based on their hearts, but human beings will judge you based on physical appearance. So one way of building your personal brand is to be taking care of your physical appearance. Your appearance has to do with everything. It has to do with your fitness level, your vitality, your well-being, all of that. If you see someone and the person looks like the person is sick, right? You don't really want to involve that person. Is that fair? Maybe not, no, but that's how human being, that's how we reason, that's how we interpret things. So the way you take care of your personal appearance, okay, I'm sure you can hear me. Your personal appearance will actually what? Promote your brand. I mentioned a couple of things. Unfortunately, you can't see it anymore, right? I say that there are a lot of things you can do to enhance your physical appearance. One of them is exercise. One of them is what? Exercising and having the right nutrition. Another one, and I tell myself, it's a very uncomfortable conversation to have, but I have to say it. Personal grooming. You know, I don't know how to say this. I don't have anybody in mind. I don't have any encounter. But one thing young people don't do is to get their personal grooming right. You know, you will be leaving a very bad impression when people see you as someone who cannot look properly because you are careless, you have bad hygiene, you have all of that. And it's very easy to come across that way. It's very easy. So I'll be asking you personal questions. You can answer it yourself. Alright? One question is, when was the last time you flossed? I know we brush every day, and when we eat, you use toothpick. When was the last time you had to floss? You know what flossing is? Alright? When you have the thin threads, and you have to put it in between your teeth. And if there's anything stuck in there, it comes out of it. So there are floss. And for some of us, if you have not flossed after a while, there are things stuck in between your teeth that can actually cause a decay. And you can give an odor you don't even know about. And nobody is going to tell you. You know, they will simply look at you as someone who is what? Dirty. Do you brush your tongue when you brush? If you don't brush your tongue for a while, you actually will give out some smell you don't know about, and nobody is also going to what? Tell you. Alright? So if you have not flossed in a long time, you know, please do it tonight. And if you don't brush your tongue when you brush, start doing that today. Somebody say now, right? That means we have to give you a floss in this hall. I didn't come with any, right? So personal grooming. Well, how do you appear? Do you look unkempt? You know, there are a lot of us that need to do something about how we look. You know, maybe the way we shape our beards or the kind of hair we leave and all of that. All of that will be used to judge you, whether you like it or not. The way you dress, your well-being and your vitality will also be used against you. Another way of building your personal brand is expanding your reach. You know, do you know what they call puff-puff, right? You know puff-puff and akara, they are both local delicacies, whether you like it or not. Almost fried the same way. But somebody said something that, how does puff-puff find itself into exotic places, even in wedding of celebrities? You see puff-puff. Do you know you see puff-puff in one of the deliveries? You know why? You see puff-puff inside small shops. Right? They say puff-puff is because puff-puff goes to associate itself with things like samosa, chicken, and all of that. That's how he is able to what? Get into some places that akara will not get into. Even though both of them are what? Local. Right? Expanding your reach is a way of building your personal brand. Who do you have in your contact lists? That is when I said you can then have digital profile to promote exactly who you are. And you find yourself having online reach because you have all the greatness, but nobody knows about it. Then you're not able to promote your brands. Being able to write things. In fact, if you write something in your subject area, somebody reads that. And it's very wonderful. That person associates that particular article with you. Your respect, this person that wrote this must know what he or she is doing. That is way of promoting your personal brand. Making yourself reach out, and that's where digital marketing and all the things we heard before comes in. Maintain excellence of customer service. Let me say something. One thing I found lacking among most of us, especially young people, is customer service. You have people with good brands, but not able to manage customer feedback, You're not able to get better. I think I'll run up in a minute. Another one is managing your communication. Unfortunately, I do that a lot. When I'm not doing anything, I'll just go on WhatsApp. What do you call it? WhatsApp status, yes, yeah? And it keeps rolling. I get very irritated when I see what some of us posts. You know, you have a problem with someone. Is it on your WhatsApp status you're going to put it? Oh, a guy talked to me, all these stupid men in Lagos and all of that, and you're looking for a husband, right? There's a rule, they say it's rule for men. They will tell you, if she's very nice to you, but she's very rude at the waiter, she's a rude person. Alright? But a lot of you young people, oh yeah, if you talk nonsense on my profile, I'm going to block you. Who exactly are you? Because you cannot come and do this because that my profile is my profile. Your profile is not your profile because when I go to my phone, I see it. It's our profile. Right? So you go to your WhatsApp status and you talk nonsense. What you have done is that you reduce yourself. In fact, there's a way I'm going to, personally, the way I'm going to rate you and interpret who you are is because of the nonsense you type there. Whether you mean them or not, whether you're angry or not, when you have a problem with someone, why don't you call the person on phone? If you want to abuse the person, the grandparents, great-grandparents, it stays between two of you. Why do you need to tell the entire world that you are rude? If you are rude, now manage yourself, right? Communication, use of wrong language and all of that is what we run down who you are as a brand. Finally, building character and resilience. There's a difference between reputation and character. Reputation is how people perceive you to be. There are a lot of people you think are great. Then, oh, that great man of God. Oh, that great whatever. You now hear, oh, the pastor has impregnated 3 people at the same time. When that comes to the surface, whatever you have them as reputation is there, right? Because you've been able to give people an impression of who you are not. That is because you are focusing on reputation. But if you have a character, you know, character will make whatever people see outside to believe the same thing as what you have when nobody is what? Observing. Ultimately, building your character is what keeps you longer. Whatever your brand is what keeps it longer, is what keeps you more relevant because you don't going to run into unnecessary negative publicity. And then finally, what are we going to do about this now? In summary, we have said that you have to make sure that whatever the brand you have is a good one, okay? So be your unique self. You know why you have to be yourself? Every other person is what? Taking. It cannot be someone else. But it's up to you to know what you do with your brands. You have to be deliberate in promoting your brands. You have to be deliberate in projecting the right image. And if you want to be a great brand, get to work, okay? And finally, you need to answer this question in your head. What are you going to do starting from today, differently from today, to improve your personal brands? Make it to the point where, you know, it is something that everybody sees and values and associate with greatness and want to be like you. And if today you want to use it to promote any product, people are going to say, because Israel Odinna says this product is good, then the product must be what? Must be good. May the good Lord help us while we go on this quest and be the right brand ambassadors in Jesus' name.
Keep this coming, keep this coming, keep this coming. Yeah.
Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Remember when I gave him 5 star? At least you've seen the reason why I gave him those 5 star. I'm sure we can give you more of the 5 stars, right? That is true. Alright, brethren, that has been just a tip of Brochin Eduonyekwelu. If you want more, go to him and he's going to give you more of what he has. Thank you so much. Thank you. Alright. Okay, without wasting much time, we are going to move straight to the last discussion we are going to have today. I told that today was well packed, and I'm sure we have realized that already. So let's move straight to the last discussion we are going to have. It's going to be a pep talk from our brother Jethro Bassi. Pep talk from brother Jethro Bassi on finding and maintaining balance and purpose in life. We've talked about career. Now we've just finished learning about how to brand ourselves. This is an opportunity for us to find a purpose in life. So, Bro Jethro Bassi, please, as you come forward, let us give a resounding round of applause. Bro Jethro, please. Thank you.
Good evening, brethren. Good evening, brethren. I want to thank God for the great privilege He has given to all of us to be part of today's program. I thank God also for giving us the patience to sit with this moment. And also those of our friends that are online that have joined us. Also, we want to thank you all for your time to be part of this program. From the beginning of the session of this program today has been a very impactful day because I myself am privileged to learn a whole lot. So we started from the panel session to various discussion, various training on branding and digital marketing and a whole lot of things. We thank those brothers, and I believe that each and every one of us must have learned something. Have we learned something? Have we learned something? All right, you have to learn something today because that is the purpose for you to be part of today's program. So this session, I am happy to welcome you to the session of a pep talk. We are going to be very, very brief about this session. So I'll pray your indulgence that you give me your utmost attention so that in all of our discussion, you'll be able to get something that will be able to add positively to your life. Now, like the topic has been said, finding and maintaining balance and purpose in life. It means everything we do, there's need for us to maintain and have a purpose. I want to start by telling all of us that for everything that God created in life, there had always been a purpose. There's nothing that God creates that He creates just maybe for beauty. Every single thing that exists in life has what? It has what? It has a purpose. From the beautiful flowers you see on the roadside, maybe while on your way here, it has a purpose for that beauty. It's to attract maybe butterflies, to feed from them, and cross-pollination takes place. Or maybe the nostril you have in your nose. You see, sometimes there are hairs in your nose and someone say, pick them all out, that they are useless. At the end of the day, you realize that it's not useless. They have a purpose and it has something that it has to do. The essence is that it has to block excess air from getting into your nostrils to damage an internal organ. Or is it the earwax that you have in your ears? Say that death, to pick them out. It's not just empty death. They have a purpose in which they are there. The essence is also to reduce the intake of dust into your ear. So I'm saying that everything in life has a purpose, even to your fingerprint. The fingerprint is for identity because it's one of the most unique characteristics of every human being. No two people have the same fingerprint. It shows that it has a special purpose which it is aimed to achieve. Now we also talk about even the sweat you see in your body. All these things are meaning and things that have purpose. And without their existence, it means they will be what? They will be useless. Now one would say, if a thing does not have a purpose, it can be said such a thing is what? Is useless. Now what is purpose? I'm going to give us 3 simple definitions that along the lesson we'll be able to get something that will make more meaning to us, that will help us to affect our life. Now what is purpose? I want you to write down, purpose is a reason for creation. I say purpose is what? Purpose is what? Good. I want you to underline the word reason down. We also say again that purpose is
the ability to fulfill the essence of an existence. Purpose is the ability to fulfill the essence of an existence. Now, the third definition of purpose I'll give to us is that purpose is the ability to be able to live, to fulfill to the end of an existence. Remember, first of all, I said is the reason. Second, I said is fulfilling the purpose, the reason for existence. And lastly, making it to the end. I want to make a very simple illustration here. Now, it's like some of us that have younger ones in the house, you might want to send them to get a recharge card for you, and then you give them money, say, go to the nearest shop and get a recharge card. Now, the child goes to get the recharge card. Now, remember, the reason was you want to get the recharge card. You now send the child to get it. The child has gone to get the recharge card. The movement now is calculated to be the process of fulfilling the reason for you to get that card. Now, it's possible that that child might, along the way, misplace the money. In that process, that mission has not been successful. In other words, the reason in which you have sent the child to get that stuff for you is not actualized. You see, it becomes a barrier. Now, purpose is the ability for the child to go there, buy that card, and bring it back to you. In other words, it's like saying a seed, that we see a seed from an apple. Now, that apple seed cannot be said to be successful unless the seed is planted on the ground, and after being subdued to several processes, it grows and has a tree and bears fruit on it. That is when we can say such a fruit is what? Is successful. In other words, the same thing can be likened to our life today. Now, we realize that each and every one in life was created for a purpose. The book of Job says that God created all men for a purpose, and then he does not despise men. The word despise there may ignore. God does not ignore the 8.1 billion people we have in the world today. So I'm saying this evening that every one of us that exists today in life, we have a purpose for our existence. And what will help us to fulfill this purpose is our ability to live to fulfill this purpose and to live to the end. The Greek word for purpose is called telos, which means to make it to an end of a purpose. Telos, to make it to an end of a purpose. Now, I want to talk briefly about success, because somehow success is tied into purpose. In other words, where purpose is not defined, it's difficult to get success. Because first of all, for you to be able to live to fulfill your purpose, you must be successful. Now, I'll first of all tell us what success is not. Because the definition of our days now, a lot of people have misdefined success. They believe that success is just the existence of a person, maybe to just have a family. But we need to understand that success is not just about raising a family. Success is not just about having money or making wealth or owning properties. It's not even about having fame. Now, what is success? Now, I will define success. Now, success is the ability to make it to the end of your purpose. The ability to make it to the end of your purpose is what? Is success. Remember, first of all, we said, what is purpose? Purpose is the reason which you were created. Now, the ability to make it to the end of your purpose is what we call success. Now, when you live, you have certain things you are supposed to fulfill. If you can fulfill these things in your life, you can be considered to be successful. But the problem with success and failure is that it is predictable. Yes, success and failure are predictable. Why? Because these things are part of what we do daily in our lives. Every day of your life, there are things you do. And then it is easy to predict from your action if you're going to fail or if you're going to succeed. Why? Because God designed life that way. God designed life with principles that are rules and laws to guide us to live a successful life. It's like a fish saying on a Monday morning, I'm going to jump out of the water. I'm not going to live in the water again because I want to be free. Realize that the principle for that fish to be successful is to live inside the water to swim. And the process the fish leaves the water body, that is the end of the fish. So it is possible for one to identify success by what we do daily. In other words, your success is not ahead of you, your success is within you. Your success is within you. It's not what? Ahead of you. Now you review your success every day of your life by the things you do. Most of us are where we are today. We are doing what we are doing today based on what we have been doing in the past. Because the total sum of what you have done in the past is what will make you to be where you are today. And what you do today is what will determine your tomorrow. In other words, success is predictable, and every day of your life amounts of success. So for you to succeed, you must check what you do every day, and then through this, you will be able to know if you're making progress or retrogression. Now, I want to summarize by saying that there are certain things we need to understand if we must be successful. I'm going to give us 5 simple steps that will help us to be successful. Because for you to live a life of purpose, first of all, you must be successful. Nobody will listen to you if you are not successful. A lady that we know very well, her name is Hilda Basi, that recently was able to break the title of the cooking competition worldwide. She said something some few days ago that people did not, she had gone for a Big Brother Nigeria contest some time ago, and people did not recognize her. Why? Because she was not successful. She wasn't successful, and that is why she had gone for 5 good times and she wasn't recognized. But today, what happened? The narrative changed. Why? Because she is successful. How did she make her success? We are going to talk about all of that and see how it can help us. Now, the very first step that is important for us, if we must be successful, is that we need to understand the secret of success. The very first secret of success is that we must have a vision. It's very, very important. Brother Nyekolu has done a lot of work. He has said a lot about having a vision. Vision is like seeing a building plan of a house. That is to say, you see what you are going to develop, and then by so doing, you know what this house is going to look like before it is being built. In other words, the vision is what will help you to shape your career, to shape your friends, to shape the things you do, the places you go, because without a vision, the Bible says the people do what? They perish. So vision is very important to help if there's need for one to be successful. Now, apart from being a person that has a vision, another important thing is that you need to work consciously with what you have passion for. Yes, your passion is very important when it has to do with your success. There are people that wake up on Monday morning and are frustrated. Why? They are going to the job they don't like. They are going to do things that they were not built for. And God has carefully created us that He made us that we are not built for stress. But because of our inability to understand life, some of us have to work endlessly, stressfully, and at the end, we are not happy with ourselves. So if you can identify what you have passion for, if you have passion for teaching, it will help you to become a good person, because by your impartation, you can teach for 5 hours without getting tired. You will have the joy to impart. Or your medical personnel say, nurse, you love to care for people, you will do that, and by so doing, you will not get regrets because it's what you have passion for. The third thing is, we have to still follow under vision to do the things that we have we have skills for. Take for instance that children that are born with the technical know-how of maybe loosening or tightening things. That's the engineering knowledge. They didn't go to school, but they know how to touch wire and things will work. Or some of them, they may know how to do some things that you might be imagining where they learn it from. Those little skills are talents that needs to be developed, and under vision you must be able to develop it. You can therefore go to school to learn. You can go for maybe acquire a certificate on it, build on it, and then gradually you'll be able to fulfill your vision. Then another thing is that you don't have to go because you want to be successful in life, you violate your morals. It's very, very important. There are people that had passion for music, but because they so much love music and wanted to make fame, they end up soiling themselves in things that they are not happy about. I want us to know this evening that for you to achieve any success, you don't need to take yourself to a place that you would have the grace tomorrow. So in other words, for you to be able to achieve your vision, you must have all the vision that you need. You must have all that you require that will help you in terms of actualization. Now the second step is to acquire training. Acquire of training, like I have said, would shift you to go to school to learn, to enhance this knowledge or to develop it. Or better still, you can learn it from a skill. Let's say people that have this engineering capacity, they can become engineer through learning to mechanics. You go where you be certified, so that when you do your work, people will see and know this person knows what he or she is doing. And as time goes on, because of you acquainting yourself with this knowledge, you'll be able to refine what you're doing. And you must also know there's need for you to maintain a unique standard. Sometimes you may have people doing the same thing the same way, and it makes no difference. If you're a tailor, for instance, you can be a unique brand. We talk about branding here. You can add beautiful concepts to your sewing that makes you very, very unique. There are so many things you can do that will make you exceptional. So all these things come through acquisition of training and refining yourself, and also being a person of innovation. The third and simple step we must know to become successful is to become a person of value. Yes, becoming a person of value is very, very important. Why am I saying this? Because value is what the world wants. Services, people need to be served. Most of the world richest people that we see today are people that are giving services. You talk about Mark Zuckerberg, you talk about the rest of them. They are rendering services to people and they get paid for it. In other words, you cannot just sit in your house and think of success and then at the end of the day you'll be successful. No, you must head to get something doing. You must render small services, and these services is what people will come and they'll pay you for those services, and then through this you will become successful. Now you also need to know that you must let people know your brand. You start from your family. Whatever you're doing, you don't have to hide yourself. The church is another important place, because sometimes we don't know what you do, and that's why we cannot patronize you. So you bring your skills, your business up to the church, and then when people see what you can do, they see your capacity, you will have what? Patronage. One of the reasons why we are here in the church, outside fellowship, is to patronize ourselves, is to encourage ourselves. So you don't need to hide yourself. Every one of us in this room have what we call gift and potential. But because you don't know this gift, you cannot approach you. So I'm saying this evening that for you to be successful, you must bring out this, your talent, your gift, and try to exhibit it, try to innovate it, and let us know what you stand for, and we'll be able to appreciate you. Then lastly, and not the least, is that you must have a source. A source is very, very important in everything you do. Aside from maintaining focus and being disciplined, having a source is very important. All the people you see in the world today that are making it, that are successful, are people that have sources. There are people that wake up very early in the morning to sit down to chant their gods. There are people that do sacrifice at the end of the year because they want to make it. So you, as a child of God, what is your source? The Bible in Genesis says that God created us in His image, and then we are human beings carrying the image of God. Therefore, our source has to be God. So for you to succeed in life, your source must be God at all times. Wherever you find yourself, in everything you do, you make sure that you connect with your source. Because there's this song that we sing a lot of time, we say, I cannot do it on my own. Why? Because we are just part of the kingdom. We are just branches. Jesus said it's the vine. And then Jesus means that being the vine is our source. And for us to be able to succeed, we must be able to connect with Him. So my summary of all I have to say this evening is that we need to understand that for us to live a successful life, we must first of all understand what purpose is, and then how we can fit in various capacities to fulfill our purpose, and then how we can also be successful. Because without success, it will be difficult for you to fulfill your purpose. Success is needed at all levels, because when you succeed, your purpose will be easily achieved. I pray the good Lord bless us this evening as we continue to find time to study more, to be able to educate ourselves, update our capacity, and do well to the glory of His name. In Jesus' name we pray. Thank you.
Thank you so much, God, Joshua, for that wonderful song.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We don't have time. We don't have time.
I'll try to cause to.
We don't have time. Thank you, sir.
There is so much in his life to notice, but he has tried very well to manage it. Thank you so much, God, Joshua. And of applause for him once again.
Thank you.
That has been the size of the tree this youth week. I'm sure we have benefited a lot from the thoughts discussion we've had so far. And I believe also that we are going to go home and then try to practice the things we have learned. So I would say that we are going to we're going to have an announcement right now that will come from our dear brother Nathaniel, and then we're going to closing him. Peter is going to take the closing prayer. Is our chairman. Call him chairman. If you know, you know. It's none other than Bro Ian Basuba. He's going to. Alright, so Bro Ian Basuba is going to say the closing prayer. So maybe after the announcement, Bro, please come up and give us the closing song or hymn as the case may be. Thank you so much, brethren. I want to also say that the God bless you all for finding time to gather for us to engage in this program. As we're going to go, God see you through in Jesus Christ's name.
Good evening, brethren. Thank you all so much for your time. We appreciate God for bringing us to the end of the day. Earlier in the day, we have mentioned that we will share
the full number of our sister Joy Ebu, who was one of the panelists on the first session. That wasn't done earlier, so if you're interested in taking her number strictly for discussions on career guidance and opportunities, the call should not go beyond those so that we do not abuse the opportunity we have. You can take her number as I read it out. Sister Joy Ebu from Church of Christ Kitty. 080 Church of Christ Lagos Island 080-2718-0152. I repeat 080-2718-0152. Please don't call during odd hours. Keep the conversation strictly to what you came here for today and approach her very politely and respectfully when conversing with her. She has also asked that we inform the General House that there's an opportunity for a core member who is a member of the Church of Christ and that studied accounting to work in a firm. So if you fit into that description, somebody who is serving as a copper, studied accounting, and that's a member of the church, reach out to her through that phone number and she will link you up with the opportunity. If you are not such a person but you know someone who fits that description, also do well to refer such a person to her. Having said that, I will quickly go through the program for tomorrow. Same being day 4, Thursday 24th August 2023. As usual, we'll start off with our morning devotion commencing 5:30 and ending by 5:45 for 15 minutes. The link to join the morning devotion will be shared on the Church of Christ Ikeja WhatsApp platforms, the youth platform and the main church platform. Also, it will be shared on the Lagos State Youth Forum of Church of Christ in Lagos State. If you are not on any of these platforms, do well to meet me and I'll send the link to you after now so that you can join any of these platforms for you to be part of the morning devotion. We will meet physically again by 2 p.m. tomorrow here. We'll start off with praise and worship that will last for 15 minutes, after which we'll have a lecture on building and maintaining Christian relationships, intimate and social. I know many of us have been wondering, when are they going to talk about how to find your partner how to marry, how to do this and that, especially since we are young people, right? So this topic will deal with how to build and maintain Christian relationships, intimate and social. Does the Bible encourage that? And the person that will take that will be none other than our minister, John Billy. After that, we'll have questions and answers on that lecture, following which we will have a game session, an in-house game session. Many of us have been wondering, why have we not had in-house games? So tomorrow we'll have Ludo, we'll have chess, we'll have Jenga, we'll have what? We'll have Jigsaw. There will be several other games like Guess Action, Name Game, you know, Flip Bottle. Brother Nelokon is already doing that, and it will last for 45 minutes, almost 1 hour. So come and enjoy yourselves right here. We'll also have announcements after that. It will be a very brief and short day, following which closing hymns and prayers will be said. And then we'll have a very interesting session. How many of us want to see a movie here tonight, tomorrow? Who wants to see a movie? Who wants to see a movie? If you don't want to see a movie, the higher the number, the more the chances. So if you want to see a movie, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow. Yes. 6 p.m. Yes, here in church. You will come here and then you will see the movie. In fact, we'll finish earlier tomorrow because it will be a short day. So the chances are that we may not even stay till 8 p.m. If we finish early as 5, we'll have the movie night and we'll end by 7, after which we'll all go home. So in short, we'll be around a very interesting movie that will be displayed here, and we'll all enjoy ourselves. That will be the schedule for tomorrow. Once again, let me thank all of our facilitators today, from the first panel session to the last, our brothers and sisters who facilitated the various sessions, the youth coordinator from here. One house, please. One house. And of course, our very own Bro Jethro and the host of other facilitators that helped with today's sessions. We pray that God will continue to bless each and every one of them in Jesus' name. Amen. May we also specially thank our brothers and sisters from sister congregations that have come here today. We thank you. We have enjoyed your presence. We hope that you will join us for the remaining days of our youth week. As you go home, we pray that God will bless, guide, and protect you all in Jesus' name. Amen. Finally, all members of Ikeja congregation, all youths, after we say the last amen, sit back. There's a small task that we must all carry out. We are the hosts, so we have to do some things to make sure that our surroundings are left neat. Ensure to stay back after we say the last amen. We thank you all for coming once again. God continue to bless you all in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Let's all be on our feet. In the house of the Lord, there are many, many vessels. Some made of gold, some silver and gold. Some made to honor and dishonor. But Father, make me a vessel to honor. Make me one to walk, no Father. Make me a vessel one to walk, not to show for thy grace.
Sorry, brethren, one final announcement. I forgot a very important part of tomorrow's activities. So many of us have been saying that there has been a debate to prepare for debates, right? Tomorrow we will see members of our Church of Christ together debate on the topic: should Christians participate in politics? Against Church of Christ allowance. So tomorrow will be fire. Tomorrow will be hot. You will hear people come here and marshal out points like they do in the National Assembly. Panel of judges will be here. I will be thanking everybody will be here. This place will be gingered tomorrow. Come and hail your Church of Christ together. Use the allowance people will be coming with their team to come and also hail their people. So come here, action packed, and feel the Holy Spirit of God. Come ginger up the meeting. God bless you as you come in Jesus' name. Amen.
168, Heavenly Sunlight. 168. Walking in the sunlight, all of my journey over the mountain, bigger the way. One, sing. Walking in sunlight, love my journey over the mountain to God with you. Jesus has said, I'll never forsake thee. Promise me that I die, never can be. Oh, every song of life, every song where my soul is, glory divine. While I rejoice, singing His praises. Oh shadows are dark, shadows never see my Savior and God. He is a light in the darkness, never walk of me, but goes to the side. Oh, that is so my Lord, holding my soul, glory divine, power hallelujah, I am rejoicing, singing His praises, Lord, Jesus is mine, in that breath, in that my soul, ever rejoicing, been praising my way to my shoulder. I'm singing His praise. I'm gladly, walking in song. Oh, sunlight. Oh, my soul, I am heavenly soul of life, heavenly soul of life, Lord, my soul, glory divine, hallelujah, while I rejoice, singing His praises. Jesus is mine. Amen. Amen.
Let us sit down. Our Heavenly Father, the ancient of days, the one who believe and now be. I thank you, Lord, we magnify your name. We thank you, we appreciate you for all that you've done in our lives. God, my Father, I want to thank you for what you have used us to do today. I want to thank you for the panelists, thank you for the teachers, thank you for all those that have contributed in one way or the other to make this youth week a success. Our God and our Father, we pray that Lord, this week, tomorrow, and it's coming, there are a lot of programs that are lined up. I thank you, Lord, we pray that Lord, may you take absolute control. Can you be with us? May the essence of this program be felt in our lives at the end of the year. Thank you, Mother Redeemer, O Lord. Any moment from now, we lay this place, we are not living for your presence. Our prayer, Lord, may you come to be with us, guide us through and through. As we are living, O God, pray, Lord, may you guide us, send me to our different destinations, O God, so that at the end of the day, all glory shall return to you and all blessings shall be passed. I thank you, O God, we want to bless your kingdom, because there is not like any heaven on earth but God. Thank you for doing this for us. Do more than we are able to ask, even this hour from Jesus. In
One of them we are praying.
It's not in the horizon, so let's get the good photograph. If there's not forward, please.